And we are live. Welcome back, everybody.
We think we're live.
No, we're live. This is live.
It says live. That's always how we start a live. We like
Yeah.
to say, maybe we're live, maybe we're not live. We don't know.
At least we have volume.
Yeah, it says we're live for 11 seconds.
Yeah.
There we go.
So, if you guys aren't familiar with this series, it's called Get to Know Gamer, where we ask a fellow gamer what their 10 favorite games or series that would define them as a gamer be. And we're going to sit back and have a chit chat and just talk casually, and feel free to comment and put in any input you have on any game or anything even remotely related to the topic that we're on.
Exactly.
So without further ado, I'm going to let RetroWolf kind of promote himself and tell you why or what he does on his channel.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, first of all, retrorivals, love you guys, and I want to say thank you for having me on this show. I've been very excited about this.
Absolutely.
And you know, it's funny because we just got to talk last weekend too and have a blast with video game trivia, so that was a lot of fun. But yeah, my channel, RetroWolf88, it's going on 2 years now. Yeah, we just hit our 2-year anniversary like a week ago or so. So we've been going strong for about 2 years. You know, I have a pretty wide variety of different types of videos that I throw up. I try to, you know, they say variety is the spice of life, right? So I try to add a lot of variety to it to keep things fresh. So, you know, I've got a lot of, I cover a lot of retro game stuff, mainly centered around the GameCube because I love the GameCube. I have a complete GameCube collection. So I do a lot of videos about the GameCube. I got my GameCube Gallery series where I review GameCube games and different things like that. Of course, I've got the Mama Retro show where I get my mom on the channel and she sits down and she plays games. And, you know, when you first hear that, you might think to yourself, well, that doesn't sound very exciting. But here's the thing. My mom is extremely eccentric, and the way she reacts to video games is hilarious. So I highly encourage you to check out the Mama Retro series, especially if you want to have a laugh. As a matter of fact, on Monday, on Monday, I believe we've got a new Mama Retro video coming out where she plays nerd game. Yep.
Oh yeah.
So that's pretty entertaining. I actually watched it tonight, the finished version of it, and it was pretty damn funny. But yeah, I mean, I do a lot of stuff. I talk about modern gaming too. At the end of every month, I do a video talking about upcoming Nintendo Switch games and upcoming PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 games.
Which I really appreciate because I found a couple games from that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, just wait till you see the upcoming Switch games video for this month, because February is looking like the best month for the Switch. No,
we want you. We want you to spoil it for Scott because it's that much more fun. I'll do like random videos during the day and be like, guess what's coming out today? I'll just videotape them and just watch him like sweat.
Yeah,
it'll be the best.
That's true. But yeah, I do a bunch of different stuff on the channel, have a lot of fun. Here lately, I've been trying to incorporate some more kind of silly stuff. So like today, we dropped a video where Mama Retro pranked me. Yeah, I do a shorts every Sunday now. And the way that I do my shorts is basically every shorts, I ask a question to the gamers. And then at the very end of the video, something weird or strange or funny happens. So I'm excited for you guys to see tomorrow's short because
nice.
It's something. I don't know how people are going to react to it, but it's something.
It's something.
But yeah, I mean, you know, like I said, retro games, modern games, a lot of GameCube stuff. My mom playing video games, which is hilarious. That's kind of the main stuff on the channel, and have a lot of fun.
Yeah. And you know what? I love that you do a variety of different stuff because I you know, if it's just all live streams or all one kind of content all the time, there is a market for that for sure. There's people that just want
absolutely.
Yeah. But I enjoy just seeing different things, and then it gets my mind working. I'm like, oh wow, what about that, or what about this, as a content creator and as somebody who loves to game. So I really appreciate the variety. We have a few people saying hello. We got
what's up, everybody?
Whoever the hell that is, Dennis. What's a Dennis? We have Ayla Blitz. She's giving us a virtual hug.
Virtual hug.
Don't
even need a mask for that.
Nope. Fernie67. He's in Fredericton. He's close to us.
Oh, it's one I recognize the name.
Yeah. And we got another Atlantic Canadian. Hello from PEI. Hello. Right. We also have, I'm assuming it's No, I want to say Pine Gamer Guy, but that would be the W and the N would be reversed. So
Yeah.
Hi, all the same. And Good Used Goods. Haven't watched you guys in forever. Life. That happens.
Yeah, life
but
happens.
have been catching up the last few days. Love the content. Thank you so much. Yeah, so we've got a few people in the chat with us.
Oh,
Thanks for adding to the content, guys. Hello from Ohio.
Ohio.
Greg.
I went to Ohio a couple years ago. I had a lot of fun. I went to Dayton, Ohio, and hunted for some video games, filmed a couple of game room tours, met some friends, and hung out. It was a good time.
Nice.
Although the one bad thing was I was in Dayton, Ohio when that mass shooting happened.
My God.
Yeah, it happened like right down the street from where I was staying. I remember hearing the police sirens, so that wasn't fun. But other than that, I had a good time there.
Yeah, that would be really scary.
Yeah.
Oh, Fernie wants to know, where are you from?
I live in Tennessee, originally from Georgia. I grew up in North Georgia and moved to Tennessee, not too far from the North Georgia border. But yep, Tennessee, kind of near the Chattanooga, Tennessee area.
So how far is that I guess from your hometown?
My hometown is the most redneck sounding name of a town you'll ever hear in your life. It's called Chickamauga, Georgia. Okay.
Well, we're from Miramichi.
Oh, no. You're from Miramichi. I'm from Blackville.
Okay, cool.
I swear.
I'm about an hour and a half from my hometown, I would say.
Oh, that's not too bad. No, that's kind of like us. We're about an hour and a half. It's nice to like you get a little distance, but you can still visit, kind of deal. I like that.
Yep. All right. Let's a typical tradition of ours is let's ask everybody what we're drinking. Jim, what are you drinking?
Speaking of, we've got Fernando Garcia. Where's the beer? LOL.
The beer.
All right. See?
Fernando, I'm drinking water because I'm on antibiotics and I'm not allowed to drink with them. And typically I go, whatever, I'm going to have a drink. But the pharmacist said I would get violently ill if I did. So it's water for me. And Scott, in solidarity, is just going to have the one beer.
I'm just having one beer. So I want to show you guys. Put your glass there so we can show the comparison here.
Oh, wow. That's a beer. That's a big glass for one beer. That's a damn big glass of beer, man.
I have one.
Just have one beer, guys.
It's almost the size of your torso.
I think that's a team lift. You can't leave that there the entire time.
Jeez.
Can everybody read? Can you read that?
To give up. But
I give up drinking.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not a quitter.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm not drinking that. I've been drinking beer all day today. I did have a couple of shots of vodka before we started, though. So
nice. Waves and Games says at least you're not from Toad Lick, Arkansas. I assume that's a real place.
Damn, Toad Lick, Arkansas.
That's rough.
Something.
Yeah. Oh, Fernie67 says that makes sense now that I'm not drinking. Yeah. Makes sense. Okay. I think we should get into the first game.
All right. Okay. So we're going to work our way backwards. We're going to start at 10 and work our way down to number 1, or do you have any
or it doesn't even matter.
Specific order at all? Do you?
So yeah, I didn't put them in any specific order. I was going to put them in a specific order, but I just didn't have time to. But so these are not going to be in any particular order. Also, these are not necessarily. I mean, all of the games that I'm going to name off today are some of my favorite games of all time, but they're not like my top 10 favorite games. I went with what you asked and picked games that define me as a gamer.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'll start with the Mario Brothers series, right?
Okay.
So I was born in '88, so I grew up during the Nintendo Entertainment System era, Super Nintendo, Game Boy Color, all that good stuff. So I grew up in the era where Mario Bros. Really started taking off. And when I was a kid, some of the first games that I ever played were the first 3 games in the Mario Brothers series. So Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 2, and Super Mario Brothers 3. Played the shit out of Super Mario Brothers 3. Probably played that more than any of them back in the day.
It's amazing.
And from then on, it just started my love of the Mario Brothers series, and not just the platforming games, but of course the spin-off games as well. I love the RPG spin-offs. I love the sports spin-offs.
I don't think Mario makes rarely ever a bad game.
Very rarely. There are some for sure.
There are some.
Not very many. Most of them are pretty high quality, fun games. But primarily it's the platforming series. So the 2D platforming Mario games, the 3D platforming Mario games. I remember when the Nintendo 64 came out and Super Mario Brothers 64 came out, and how amazing and groundbreaking that game was, because it really set the standard for 3D gaming as far as the controls go with the analog stick and everything. And I remember I had a Nintendo 64, but I did not have Super Mario Bros. 64. But I did have the player's guide. I got the player's guide with a copy of Nintendo Power. And I remember just obsessively reading that player's guide from front to back because I didn't have the game. So I would just read the player's guide, imagining that I'm playing it while I'm reading the player's guide. And then when I finally got my hands on that game, holy shit. Such a monumental moment. And I knew everything about the game because I had been reading the player's guide. So
did you strategically leave it around the house so that your mom could see, be like, by the way, you can give me this?
Nah, because I would have been wasting my time doing that, honestly, because I got in trouble so damn much when I was a kid that she wouldn't have bought me anything. So I was a bad kid. I was an
angel.
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I believe that. But
I want to ask everybody in the chat while we're talking about Mario, because we have a bit of a feud here at home between Mario 2 and Mario 3. Scott hates Mario 2. Everybody loves Mario 1. I think that's universally loved. But you'll have camps of people that either hate Mario 2 because it's different.
It's the same with
Zelda. Or they love
2,
Mario 2 because it's different. So I want to get your take on it. I also want to get everybody's take in the chat.
Oh, here comes Dennis.
You guys love Mario 2, or do you hate it? Or are you step aside Mario 2, Mario 3 is where it's at? I think most people would say Mario 3 is where it's at, but what do you think?
So as far as me, I still love Mario 2 because I grew up with it. I have a lot of nostalgia for it. I played the hell out of it.
Yeah.
It is different. It's very different, but it's still a fantastic game. It's just completely different from any other Mario game. But with that being said, Super Mario Bros. 3 is easily one of my favorite 2D Mario games ever made. I even like it better than Super Mario World, which a lot of people debate, is Mario Bros. 3 better or Super Mario World? For me, I like Mario Bros. 3 a little bit better than Super Mario World. But I still like I still like Mario 2. It's not a game that I go back to as much as I do a game like Mario Bros. 3.
I tend to agree. Mario 3 has probably got a little bit of an edge.
Oh, yeah.
I think Dennis is the only one in the chat that says Mario 2 is best because Waves and Games went Mario 3. So did PNW Gamer Guy, who's in Ontario. Mitchell B, Mario 3. Come on. I'm assuming that's how you said it when you said it to yourself out loud. Come on.
Yeah.
And then Mario 2 is fine. Really, it's not about when you describe something as fine, it makes me believe you.
Yeah, no, it's a great game. It has fantastic level design and mechanics, but it just Super Mario Bros. 3 is a Mario game. Mario 2 is a reskin of another game.
Now,
did y'all know that?
That's true. Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah. I knew that. I got a question. I got a hard question for you. If you could only play one Mario game from now to the day you die, which one would it be?
And it doesn't have to be Mario 1, 2, or 3. Like any Mario game.
So
you only have one Mario game. That's it.
In the platforming series, or just any Mario game, period?
Any Mario game, period.
Oh, man. That's tough. Shit, that's tough.
Tune in tomorrow, guys, when we finish this conversation.
Man, I don't know if I can answer. I mean,
know.
I would say
those difficult questions.
Man, I can't answer that one, Scott. I can't do it.
It's difficult.
Well, I thought when we started this series of Get to Know Gamer, I originally started it with my buddies, and I asked everybody, pick your top 10 games. Holy crap, didn't realize how difficult that was.
So hard.
Yeah.
So hard.
How do you pick just 10 games? So then we're like, okay, well, 10 games or series. And then we had a couple cheaters that come on here with like 60-something games or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A couple people were able to answer the question in the chat. Super Mario Galaxy.
Yep.
Odyssey, probably.
Love Odyssey. Super Mario
I
Odyssey.
haven't played Odyssey yet.
Oh, it's so good.
Wii Mario is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Odyssey is fantastic. You definitely need to play Odyssey.
That Wii Mario game, that's up there for me. I love that game.
Which
we played it.
It says new Super Mario Bros. Wii. It's 4-player at the same time. It's just chaos. It's
we laugh cried here in the living room. It was all 4 of us down here in the game room. I said living room because we're down here just as much as we're in our living room. But it was like you were laughing, crying.
Me and Mike we had tears. I literally had tears running down my face or wiping my eyes. I was just roaring, laughing so hard.
Yeah, it's a great time. If you like that, I highly recommend playing Rayman Legends. You can also play that 4-player.
Rayman Legends. Oh, nice.
That is one of the best 2D platformers I've ever played. It is fantastic. It's a masterpiece in my opinion.
Nice. That would be fun to try when COVID goes away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's so hard to like get together with people now.
Yeah. Well, originally we were going to have Dennis on with us tonight.
Oh, nice.
And then our city went into another phase. We're in the red phase now, which is a little.
Yeah, we like to color code everything.
We color code our stuff there, so that's now we don't even have bubbles outside our family. They call it so.
Now we gotta hang out with each other.
I know. We have a lot of games
all the time. Excellent game. My favorite 2D Mario is New Super Mario Bros. Wii.
It is awesome.
Great game. I'm actually pretty excited that February. I shouldn't be saying this because of Scott, but in February on the Switch, we're getting the re-release of Super Mario 3D World, and it looks really good.
Nice.
That game, I don't know if y'all have played 3D World. It's another game you can play with 4 players. So good. Such a good Mario game.
That would be fun.
Oh, yeah.
I guess you'll be buying it in March. Unless, wait, does it count if she buys it? Does it count if Jen buys it?
She can't.
I'm not allowed to buy it either.
You know what? Because my birthday is in March, like the first week of March, and so she's shopping online there, and asking stores and all this stuff, and she's actually having people call her out on it, saying, "Well, you better get your shopping in now because you only have a week left." And I'm so you can't cheat. We won't be able to cheat. I'm
on a Facebook group, like a Canadian gamer buy sell trade group, and people have seen me on there. No, I'm from RetroRivals, and they're like, hey, you better not be buying after February. I'm like, I promise I won't. I won't.
Nice.
You know what? Well, you know what's crappy about the whole thing? We only have I have this weekend. This is pretty much over there, and next weekend to buy. And I got one game. I found one game
today.
That's it. One game.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah.
Sucks. I better find something good next week.
Yeah.
Oh, Greg says he was happy when Super Mario Sunshine was brought to the Switch. I cannot believe it took so many years to re-release. That's that's true. A lot of games. We're still hoping and praying for some re-releases of some games.
Yeah, because Sunshine was stuck on the GameCube. It had never been re-released up until now.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't do that on the Wii U.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, definitely.
Matt Wheaton says, "Love the Evil Dead T, Scott."
Oh, I'm glad somebody brought that up.
That is badass.
Because this is from a local company called I Shirt Myself.
I shirt myself.
I shirt myself. So
I wore that last
I did it again, Jen. I shirt myself.
I wore mine on our podcast last week with you, but Scott's wasn't ready yet.
Yeah.
Because I was more important.
I know, right?
I can't move off of Mario without mentioning one more game, though.
Oh, yeah.
Bring it.
So this is actually one of my favorite games of all time, and probably is my favorite RPG of all time. And that's Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door on the GameCube. That is absolutely one of my favorite games ever made.
You know what?
I
hate to disagree with you there, but I just couldn't get into it.
You didn't get into it, and Alex enjoyed it.
How long did you play it?
I don't even know if I gave it an hour. I don't know.
Give it graphics.
Got to give it more than that, man.
See, I was like 40 years old when I played it. I don't know if the graphics didn't appeal to me at that point or what. My son loves it.
Oh yeah.
Told me,
oh,
you gotta try it, Dad. I'm like, okay, I'll try it.
It's so epic, man. Once it really gets going, God, it's so good. Love it.
I just have to like
power through. But that's, you know what? That's what happened with me with other games too. I was like, I don't like the way this is starting out, and give it a little bit.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, if we're being honest, most RPG games start pretty slow, right?
Yeah.
It takes a lot of them a while to really kind of get going and pick up steam.
Exactly.
So, do we want to move on to the next one?
Let's move on to the next one. Randy is the man. That's the guy from I Shirt Myself.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Hell yeah. There we go. 1,000 Year Door is amazing. Yeah. Yes, Mario RPG on the Super Nintendo is amazing as well. That is a classic.
I actually seen a copy of that today.
Oh man, really? I've got it complete in box. I'm so happy I have that complete in box.
Oh, nice.
I got into collecting really late, so now everything's like expensive, really expensive.
Yeah.
I've only been seriously collecting for maybe 2 years.
3 years, yeah.
And then I was kind of casually collecting for maybe 2 years before that, so I wasn't spending a whole lot.
No.
I wish I had have just kind of went all in there a little bit at least and bought the ones I really wanted, but now they're like astronomical.
Prices keep going up.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Smokes.
Yeah.
Number 2.
All right, so number 2, the Legend of Zelda series.
I knew that was coming.
So so the funny thing about the Legend of Zelda, I didn't really get into the Legend of Zelda until Ocarina of Time on the Nintendo 64. Now, when I was a kid, I did play the Legend of Zelda on the NES some. I did play quite a bit of Zelda 2 Adventures of Link. The game's hard as shit. Such a hard game.
I played that one.
No.
Did play that one. That was the side-scrolling Zelda game that had some RPG elements to it. Did play that one a lot. Loved that one, even though it pissed me off. And I played a little bit of A Link to the Past, but it really wasn't until the Nintendo 64 and Ocarina of Time. When I played Ocarina of Time, my God, that was it right there. I was an instant Zelda fan, and to this day, I still am. I played and beat almost every game in the Zelda series.
Oh, nice.
Breath of the Wild is probably my favorite Zelda game.
Yeah,
it's really beautiful.
I've played a bit. I haven't completed it there, but I got to get into it more and actually finish it. That's probably I've got like probably 6 or 7 games on the go right now.
Yeah.
Are you even a real gamer if you don't have 6 or 7 games on the go?
That is true. That is very true.
A Link to the Past is awesome.
Oh yeah, Link to the Past is great.
That was sorry, I mean cut you.
Yeah, you go ahead.
No, you're good.
That was a part of. I think it was one of the picks for Jen's gamer education, but she didn't pick it. I think it was Dennis, and she ended up picking Silent Hill. Yeah. So I ended up playing it. I was like, I want to play it. I got it here anyway, so this is the excuse to play it.
Yeah.
So played through it, loved it.
Yeah.
One of my favorite moments of any Zelda game that I've ever played, and I'm sorry if this is spoiler for anybody, but I mean this game's been out for a long time, so
it's not a spoiler, like you said, if it's been out for a long time.
One of my favorite moments of any Zelda game is the Wind Waker. At the very end of the Wind Waker, Link, when you're fighting Ganon, Link like freaking flips up in the air and slams his fucking sword right through Ganon's forehead.
Nice.
There's no blood, but it's like you're just like, damn.
It kind of catches you off guard because it wasn't expected.
All right.
Yes.
Since we're talking about Wind Waker, because we had talked about this last week too on your show, right?
Yep.
And I haven't played. I have it here. But then after I was talking to Captain Algebra and he didn't like it at all, I was like, well, maybe I'll wait. But I hear like some mixed reviews. Like you either love it or hate it, but it sounds of it.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to recommend that you don't play the original Wind Waker on the GameCube. And the reason that I say that,
that's the one I have.
Well, the reason that I say that is because the Wind Waker HD on the Wii U, in my opinion, is the definitive version of the Wind Waker, because there's a couple of annoying things about the Wind Waker involving the selling, and then there's a quest late in the game that's really annoying. It really drags on. But the HD version on the Wii U fixes both of those problems and adds some quality of life improvements. And also, the graphics are they still hold up so well because they're cell shaded. But dude, Scott, the Wind Waker's great, man. I love the Wind Waker. I don't know what Captain Algebra doesn't like about it, but I love the Wind Waker.
Well, I think
I wish he was watching
the same issues that you had just mentioned. I think he might have mentioned those same things. Don't quote me on that, but I think that was the deal breaker for him. I'm not 100% sure. I do know the version on the Wii U is affordable right now.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, and it's the best version, I think. So I would recommend playing that version. And also, you can access your inventory on the fly on the Wii U gamepad. You don't have to.
I like that. Yeah, I like being able. You haven't played the Wii U yet, have you?
I've played a little bit of the Wii U. I think.
Did you?
Yes, I've played a little bit on the Wii U.
What did you play?
I don't remember. I think I was just playing through. No, the one that you put your games you already had on it. You know when you. Oh, not the Wii U.
That's a Wii.
Oh, that's the Wii. Never
mind, man. Oh.
It's the antibiotics.
No, it's not.
I'm using it on my games. No,
that's why the Wii U failed. They couldn't tell the difference between the Wii and the Wii U.
Right, that is true.
I wasn't listening. I was looking at the in the face. I want to ask Johnny, are the extra F's for when he said in the fucking face? I think so.
Yep.
And Michael B, the Game Genie, also really loves the Wind Waker.
Is that Michael B?
Mitchell B.
I was gonna say you called him Mitchell earlier there.
Yeah. and
there's two guys with these.
The Wind Waker, Scott, the Wind Waker has some of the best dungeon design I've seen in a Zelda game.
Really?
And what you have to do to get, when you finally get the Master Sword, how you get the Master Sword, which I don't want to say because I don't want to spoil it for you, is awesome.
Yeah.
You end up getting the Master Sword.
All right, so I don't have a copy of that on the Wii U yet, but I'm going to have to. I actually don't have that many Wii U games because I only got it.
They're hard to come by.
They are.
I know. Hard to come 6 months now I had it. Yeah. I tell you, one game I do love on that is Shovel Knight.
I knew you were going to say Shovel Knight.
Oh man, Shovel Knight's awesome.
Yeah,
that's one of the best indie games. I think it's phenomenal.
It's crazy.
I have to play a Wii U game. Not just a Wii. Not just a Wii.
I want to see you rage quit Shovel Knight.
I will rage quit every game.
Shovel Knight's pretty tough.
It is. It is.
What did you rage quit last night?
Last night?
Yeah.
Oh,
The Binding of Isaac.
Binding of Isaac. I was like,
I love the Binding of Isaac.
It's pretty awesome, but I hate playing handheld. I don't like playing Switch handheld. The buttons and everything are so small for my hands. It drives me freaking crazy. I actually dropped a bomb and I wasn't supposed to. I'm like, motherfuck.
Let me tell you what might help you, Scott. Get you one of these grips, the Satisfy grip.
Ooh.
You can get You can get one for the Switch Lite. You can also get it for the regular Switch.
That would probably help.
Dude, that would help.
Makes it so much more comfortable to play in handheld mode. So much better.
Can I get that on Amazon?
I think so. Yeah, I believe so.
Everything on Amazon, bro.
You can get everything on Amazon. Dennis says, Jen.
Yeah.
Tell me you guys don't tune in just to see me have blonde moments and take a drink every time I have a blonde moment. Don't do that. You will die. Probably. All right. Let's do game number 3, maybe?
Okay. Number 3.
Now, number 3 is not a series this time. Number 3 is a particular game, and it absolutely is one of my favorite games of all time. Probably, I would say it's in my top 5, without a doubt, in my top 5.
Oh, yeah.
It's a game that I've beat probably 20 or 30 times, mainly on the GameCube. I beat it several times on the Wii as well. And that game is Resident Evil 4. I fucking
talk my language.
Resident Evil 4. And here's the funny thing, right? I was never into the Resident Evil series.
Oh, I love them.
Until Resident Evil 4 came out. When Resident Evil 4 came out, there was just something about it. And also,
I know
I don't do good in horror games. Horror games stress me out. I have a hard time playing, games. They stress me out. Yeah. But Resident Evil 4 had just the perfect balance of horror and action. But yeah, I played and beat Resident Evil 4 so much on the GameCube that I was literally a walking player's guide for that game. I knew where every secret was. I could tell you where every treasure was, every hidden secret, every weapon. I knew, I was able to beat it with ease on the hardest difficulty. That game is to this day one of my favorite games of all time, and I'm super, super excited for Capcom to remake it.
Oh,
I
my
was going to mention
God.
that, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and you know, some people are like, don't remake it, it's already perfect. But, you know, here's the thing. If they remake it and it's shit or not as good as the original, we still have
And we
the
can
original.
just play the original.
And
Yeah.
it's still cheap, too. You can buy the original. I mean, it's on new consoles, too. You can get it on everything.
Well, yeah, I have it on the Xbox One. So.
Yeah, you can get it on everything pretty much. But, yeah, Resident Evil 4 is just one of those games that, in my opinion, it's a near perfect game. It isn't a perfect game because there's no perfect game, right? It has some issues just like any other game does. But for me personally, it's a near perfect game.
When those Granados would go ahead, no, go ahead, no. I would like lose my mind because we'd have it on the surround sound down here, and I'd be like, I feel like they're all around me, but I'm just playing a game. It was intense. I loved the feeling of it. It was.
And right at the beginning of that game, when you will go into the village, they just throw you right in the middle of the shit. You're just getting attacked by everybody from all directions. And then the chainsaw guy comes out if you get
I know.
Love that game. That game.
It's awesome. Destroyer wanted to say hi. He's like, I'm back. And Alfred is also saying, what's up?
What's up? What's up?
Yeah. And then we have somebody from Germany. Greetings.
Hey, with the Umbrella Corporation logo.
Exactly.
Sweet. Yeah.
Awesome.
And Waves and Games completely agrees with us. Resident Evil 4 is truly the best. It really, really is. Scott.
I haven't finished it yet.
No, he hasn't finished it.
It's one of my mix of games in the go here.
It is.
I've been trying to focus on original Xbox this year, so that's what kind of happened there.
And, you know, the remake, the one thing I'm worried about the remake is I'm worried that they're going to cut sections of the game out from the remake. It's
a long game.
It is long. But I
can only imagine how big that game will be with the enhanced graphics and all that when a game is like big back then. And then
long game.
It is a long game. That's kind of why I wasn't excited to play it at first. When that was picked for my Get to Know Gamer, I was kind of like, oh, God, guys, this is going to
gamer education.
Or sorry, gamer education. I'm reading what MNX has on the screens. What's the topic on Greetings from Germany? It's Get to Know Gamer. So we're talking about RetroWolf88 or Matt's games that define him as a gamer. So 10 games or 300 games. We don't care. We'll talk till you guys drop off. But yeah, I just wasn't excited about it.
Yeah.
Until you got into it.
Until I got into it. But I think it was because I had seen you play it. You said the controls were a little bit wonky. And I think if you play it now, then you would feel like that.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And then he got to the chainsaw guy and he looked tough as nails. I mean, well, later on in the game, you take him down like left, right, and center, and it's not a big deal. So, I was.
Ask you this, Scott, though. What are you playing it on?
It was Xbox One.
Yeah.
So I do have the GameCube version.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to recommend, Scott. If you ever wanted to like start a new game and start from the beginning, I would recommend playing it on the Wii.
You know what? You're the second person that said that.
Yep.
Because on the Wii you have a lot more control over where you aim because you use the Wiimote to aim, and it just works perfect. It's really good on the Wii. I would recommend playing it there. That's where I would play it. If I ever go back to play it again, I'll play it on the Wii.
I have the Wii copy.
Yep.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
90s with GSDs asked us, if RetroRivals was a video game, what would it look like or sound like? Probably high pitched. If we're being honest. And you can answer the same question.
Streets of Rage or
to RetroWolf88. What would your game look like? What do you think it would? I'm thinking you would have an RPG. It would probably be GameCube, something or other. No,
my game would be a retro style 2D platformer with pixel art.
Nice.
Attaboy. I would be beat 'em up all the way, like a Double Dragon 2 or Streets of Rage, something like that. I love those games.
For me, it would probably be survival horror. It scares the shit out of me, but I love it. I don't know. It just has my heart.
How many other Resident Evil games have you played? Have you played the entire series or?
No, and that's something that I plan on doing. So I've played a little bit of the Resident Evil remake on the GameCube, the remake of the first game that was a GameCube exclusive. I played I almost beat that, but I never did fully beat it. I've played and beat Resident Evil 5 several times.
Me too. Yeah.
I've played Resident Evil 5 several times and beat it. That's a great game to play co-op. Really good.
Yeah,
game.
that's the only way to play 5 and 6. Yep. Has to be with co-op with a buddy.
What do you think of 6?
I never did beat 6. I need to go back to it. I played like maybe a quarter of Leon's campaign, but I never did beat it.
The only campaign I didn't go through was damn, why can't I remember her name? Dennis, put in the comments what her name was. It was 3 of us that were down here in the game room, and we went through the first 3 campaigns, and then why can't I remember her name?
Is it Ada?
Anyway, Ada, yeah. Ada Wong. Ada Wong. Anyway, I guess that's not even co-op. We were waiting and holding out there for us, the 3 of us, to get together, and then we'd hand the controller back and forth, and we drink beer and do our stuff there and go through that one. And I guess that campaign's not even a co-op.
Oh, weird.
Dennis had played through it and told me, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Now you can play through it.
2 other Resident Evil games that I played and beat, actually the last 2 that I played and beat that I really loved was Resident Evil Revelations 1 and Resident Evil Revelations 2. Those are really good Resident Evil games. Yeah. And if you guys want to have a blast, load up Resident Evil Revelations 2 and play the I can't remember what it's called. If anybody in the chat knows what this mode is called, there's a mode in Revelations 1 and Revelations 2 where you can play co-op, and you basically just play levels and just shoot shit.
Nice.
And you upgrade weapons and you level up your characters. I can't remember what it's called, but God, it's so much fun. So especially co-op, it's so much fun.
Oh yeah,
we will check into that. I know we'll watch back our own video and figure it out there.
I'll have to write the stuff down, right?
Yeah, Revelations 2.
I think I have it on the 360. Don't
Probably,
I? Didn't I pick that up there just a couple weeks ago?
You may have.
Yeah,
we have a lot of games.
Yep. Yeah, those are great.
Have you? I don't suppose you played through Biohazard.
No, I haven't. I need to though.
Oh man. Yeah, are you excited about the new one coming out, Village?
You know what? I am really excited about Village, and let me explain why. I think what they're trying to do with Resident Evil Village, Resident Evil 8, whatever you want to call it, is I think they're trying to capture the magic that they captured with Resident Evil 4. I'm getting some really strong Resident Evil 4 vibes from Village, except in first person. But like, they're using the same inventory management system from Resident Evil 4. Yeah. The merchant is coming back that you buy stuff from, and that started in Resident Evil 4. I really think they're trying to make Resident Evil Village like Resident Evil 4, give that same experience again, except in first person.
I'm sad though it won't be that guy like
what
that.
What do you buy?
Yeah.
Did you? I actually seen a gameplay trailer of it or something that came out a couple days ago, maybe. Yeah. And from what I see, there are a lot of gameplay mechanics that carry over from Biohazard.
Yeah,
a lot of similar stuff there. So I loved Biohazard, loved it.
Dennis says I liked it. It scared me. I will play through it though now that I've played.
Yeah,
but I'm still terrified. I know I'm just going to be creeping along the house going.
If
at any point he's going to jump out, I know.
If you guys want to see something funny, go back in our library of videos, and I don't know what it was called.
I think it was something Biohazard.
Jen plays Biohazard, and it's just her screaming for about 20 minutes or whatever. I
was like terrified.
Awesome, and me and Dennis were laughing our asses off.
I hadn't really gamed at that point, so like. I say I hadn't really gamed at that point. What I mean was had just played,
Donkey Kong,
Mario. So I hadn't used dual analog anything. Now I can't get me off a dual analog game. I'm like, I gotta play a side scroller again. This is the 80s.
Just to clarify for people, when you guys say Biohazard, you're talking about Resident Evil 7, right?
7, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
It's 7, but I think, I don't know if that's what everybody calls it, but here in our inner circle there, we always call it Biohazard.
Biohazard, yeah. Oh, Retro saying hi.
Hello. I absolutely love that game.
Yep.
That game, for 2 grown men, Dennis and I were sitting down here in the basement. She had to go to bed. It was about 2 a.m. And with the surround sound and the big TV and scare. And this was like probably the third time I've gone through the game, there were still things that were scaring the bejesus out of me.
Is it hard?
And we would Dennis would put the controller down, and why am I playing this game? And then we would laugh to each other a little bit, and then we get back into it. But the subwoofer, I had the bass cranked up, so every time something would like make a big noise, boom, you'd feel it in your chair. You're like, holy!
Did you find it hard?
Was it hard?
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad. I didn't find.
I noticed a couple spots where I was like, I don't even know how you guys are getting through this. But like I said, at that point, I really hadn't been playing those sorts of games. I'd have to like
the first time we play through it, I just blown away because it's intense. It's intense. It's meant to scare you from the start to the end. Like,
I played like the first 2 hours of it or so.
So you seen when the girlfriend comes up the stairs?
That's dude.
Oh,
that's what made me. No, that wasn't the part that made me scream. It was when she like levitates back off the floor.
You think she's down, and then she comes right back.
Dennis wants to know if you're drinking from a vase. Show everybody your beer.
It pretty much is a vase. Look at it.
Yeah.
I promised I'd only have one beer tonight.
Mitchell B says Biohazard in VR is awesome.
I did play a little bit of it.
Did you?
You know what?
It's trippy.
It was the only experience I had on a VR, and your uncle brought it over to your mother's house.
Last Christmas, not this Christmas, but the Christmas before.
So 2 Christmases ago.
Yeah.
And I only played for maybe half hour, 45 minutes. But I was blown away about how it looked.
Yeah.
Like you'd walk up to a window, and then if you went like this, you could kind of see outside the house a little bit. And you're like, wow, what the hell?
Yeah.
But it made me a little bit nauseous there after I took it off. VR.
Yeah. We don't have a VR. Maybe next year, because this year was like everything financially was dog year to get PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. But maybe next year, plus it gives an extra year in between to like if there's any bugs with it, maybe
Does anybody know in the chat when there's a rumored another release or the next release of a VR coming out for PS5? There's nothing confirmed that I know. I may have missed.
Probably sometime in 2021. They're probably going to wait till late 2021 to give the console itself time to sell, or maybe 2022.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
we are still having a hard time. I've got friends at work that are still can't get their hands on a PS5. I don't know what it's like down in the States, but
it is. It's tough.
Can't get it up here.
Yep, it's tough.
We're lucky.
As far as I would highly recommend getting an Oculus Quest 2 for VR.
I heard that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to get off topic here because we're already off topic, but the hell with it. My Xbox Series X, I recently discovered that you cannot hook the Kinect up from your Xbox One.
Really?
And there hasn't been any details that there's going to be another one out. I'm wondering what people think. I kind of feel like the Kinect was a bit of a gimmick.
Oh, yeah.
And Xbox is kind of done with it. So it's gone. It's done what it could with it there.
Yeah. As much as I enjoyed it, it's not something I use now that I'm, I don't know.
I was literally going to take the Xbox One out of the game room because when you have the Xbox Series X, I mean, it's just a faster version.
Right.
I'm like, well, I literally had my Xbox One all taken out of the wall unit, and I was plugging stuff into my Xbox Series X, and then I had the cable for the Kinect, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? And then I went and Googled it and looked it up and said, no, it's not compatible. I'm like, son of a bitch. Now I have to keep that thing down here.
Yeah. Ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. So I'm going to skip down on my list a little bit. All right. So the next one is a very, very important game for me. It's not one of my favorite games of all time. I love the game, but it's not anywhere near, it's probably not even in my top 50, honestly, but I still love the game. And that's Luigi's Mansion on the GameCube. Now, the reason that I love
that game, I love that game.
It's a great game. It's a fantastic game, but that's not the only reason that I love it. The main reason that I love it is because the memories, number one, which I'm going to get to in just a second, and also what it did for me as a gamer. Okay, so I got the GameCube and Luigi's Mansion together for Christmas. 2003, I believe it was. So damn, 18 years ago. That makes me feel old. But yeah, so I got the GameCube and Luigi's Mansion for Christmas, and I remember because I had a Nintendo 64 before that. So going from a Nintendo 64 to a GameCube, and then seeing Luigi's Mansion and how amazing it looked, my mind was blown. And I remember sitting there just all day Christmas playing that game, and I ended up beating it in a day. And then I turned around.
Oh, wow.
Then I turned around. It's a short game, but yeah, I turned around and beat it like 2 or 3 more times.
Yeah.
But another reason why it's on my list is because that is the game that started my love for the GameCube. Not only is that the game that started my love for the GameCube, but that's also the game that really kicked off my love for video games in general, because prior to that, I did play video games.
Yeah.
But I didn't really play them a lot, and I wasn't super into them. It's just like I played them every now and then. I played a lot of Nintendo 64, but I didn't really consider myself a true gamer. You know what I mean? I considered myself sort of a casual gamer.
Yeah.
Yep.
But after I played Luigi's Mansion, that was it. It was just
so that's
nonstop from there.
That's the game that attributes your whole entire love of the GameCube.
I want to tell you a quick story.
Oh, that's awesome.
Let's hear it.
We picked up our first GameCube probably only 2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And the first game that we played on it was
that game.
Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah.
Right around Halloween there.
Yeah, it was really, really fun.
So yeah, I do share the same love there in a way. You know, but I do. I don't know why it really hasn't gone up in price like other games have.
It has
same love.
At least in the States. Yeah.
Okay.
And you know, Luigi's Mansion at the time, and even still today, is a very unique and original game. There really wasn't anything like it. You know what I mean? And there's still not really anything like it out there.
I agree. Did you get 3 when it came out on the Switch?
Oh yeah. It's great. It's great. I love it.
We have it, but we haven't touched it.
We haven't played it.
Yeah.
It's
I don't
really
know
good.
if we just got too many games last year or Christmas time that we just didn't.
Yeah, we actually got it last Christmas.
Yeah.
There's a co-op too that you can do in it.
Yeah, I know. Oh, usually at Halloween, I'm like, oh, that's a Halloween game. And
Sure.
But the Halloween that just went past, we ended up with a big stack of PS4 Halloween kind of themed games, and that's what we ended up focusing on this year was PS4 stuff. So next year we'll do a mix. I think.
I'm trying to not play as much PS4 because I feel like that has my heart. Like I just love my PS4.
PS4 is great.
It's do you know what? Even in the retro gamer community where people are like, oh, I love NES, I love SNES, GameCube, whatever, you'll still hear, but I really love PlayStation 4 too. So it's like, I think there's a lot of love for it. I kind of wonder how PlayStation 5 is going to do because so many people love their PlayStation 4. Maybe they'll be like, no, wait a little bit.
I think it's going to take some time. Right at the moment, I've only played through 2 games on my PS5, but I've been playing my Xbox Series X a lot more because I can put a lot more older games in there, right?
Yeah.
Yep. That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
What was it here? I'll go back to it. Gib84 says, good evening all. Hello.
Hey.
And Waves and Games said, the Kinect's great for an art installation.
You know what? There's a Kinect game there that I used to enjoy, and I think it was called UFC Trainer.
Oh yeah.
I used to do that as part of my workout, and I used to love the accent on. There was one of the trainers. The accent was just make me laugh the whole time.
I remember that. And then you have a lot of GameCube fans in here too. And somebody that said it's very underrated. The Luigi's Mansion.
Mm-hmm.
Do you mind if I plug a GameCube video real quick that I made?
Oh my God, absolutely.
I absolutely want you to plug as many things as you can.
Yeah.
So everybody in the chat, if you get a chance, the video is only like 7 minutes long. And my editor's in the stream right now, if you don't mind throwing the link to this video in the chat, but don't watch it until after the stream, obviously, stay in the stream.
Man, this one's about you, buddy. So
okay,
go watch it and come back. I don't care.
But the video is called "The GameCube is Your Favorite Console," and here's why. It's a very tongue-in-cheek, kind of silly video,
Yeah.
I think people will enjoy it. I think people will like that.
I like that.
So Wolfellow, my editor, if you're in the stream, please feel free to throw that link in the chat, please, sir.
You know what? If you send us the link, or you could probably we've already seen it, so you know which one it is.
Yeah.
Can you put that link after?
I will link it in this one.
I think like it has to render or something.
Yeah.
Like usually takes a day to render on YouTube, and then can you pop it in?
I will.
So we'll try and do that for you.
And I'll put it in the description too, so it'll be there as well, and I'll put it in the end.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, no worries. Alpha Nerd Entertainment says, "Where in Canada are you guys from?" We're from Moncton, New Brunswick.
New Brunswick.
He's from he's from the Canada of the South.
Canada of the South. That's funny.
Of the South. So not Canada.
Yeah, I think
from
Ontario.
Oh, cool.
Nice. I think I visited a town near you guys. I'm trying to remember the name of the town.
I think we had this discussion before.
Yeah, it's just across the Maine border, the state of Maine border to Canada. It's a small town.
Oh,
Edmundston?
No. You're completely
that's
opposite.
Quebec.
Yeah.
Shit, what's the name of that town?
It's like literally right there.
I can't remember the name of it.
No, it's not Woodstock.
It's literally right on the border too. Like literally right on the border.
Canadians, Dennis.
Help us out with that geography. We just
Google it.
Yeah.
What is on the? I've been there too, and why can't I think of it right now? No one knows.
Yeah, I can't.
Alice, Maine. No, we're saying in the New Brunswick side.
Yeah, like we would go through there to go to Maine because I've been to Maine. Well, it's been
Woodstock.
Forever.
No,
that's on Fernie 67.
Well, that's what I was thinking too. But is it? I thought it was too far in for that.
Hold on, let me pull up Google Maps real quick, and I can tell you.
There we go.
Let's see.
I'm in Scotland, but I've visited Sudbury.
Really?
Awesome.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Saint Stephen.
Yes, Saint Stephen.
Man, you're not far from us at all.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, that wasn't far at all.
No.
Scrambles to Death Dealer saying, "What's up?
What's up?
We're trying to figure
What's
out
up?
Canadian geography. What's up?
Yeah.
We don't know.
I don't even remember what the last thing. Oh, it was Luigi's Mansion. That was the last game we were talking about. Do we know? Do we know what number we're on at this point?
That is number 4.
4.
Number
all right.
4.
Well, let's just hop into number 5 here because this.
Okay.
We're gonna keep you up all night, man.
Let's see. Number 5. What do I want to jump to for number 5? You know what? Let's jump to this one. So the next game is Pokemon Red and Blue. Okay. So I was in 5th grade when Pokemon really started blowing up, right? With the TV show, and then Pokemon Red and Blue came out in the States along with the Pokemon trading card game. So I was at about 5th grade when that happened. And I remember buying a Game Boy. Well, I had a Game Boy, and I remember buying, I don't remember if I had red or blue. I eventually had both of them. But my God, was I addicted to that game. I was so damn addicted to that game that I would bring it to school with me. And while the teacher's teaching, I would kind of have it under my desk down here, under my desk, kind of playing it while my teacher's teaching, playing it all sneakily. And anytime she would come by, I would just very gently slide it into my desk and, act like I'm working.
Did you ever get caught?
I never got caught.
Awesome.
Never got caught. But
I love it.
To this day. Oh yeah, and it's funny because after that I played some of the other Pokemon games after that, like Gold and Silver and some of the others, but that was really the only Pokemon game that I absolutely fell in love with, and I played multiple times. Even to this day, I can go back and play it and still have a blast with it. So much nostalgia. I have so much nostalgia for that game. But funny thing is, at the same time, during that time, I was into the Pokemon trading card game. And the Pokemon trading card game was so popular in my school that I was literally able to use Pokemon cards as money to buy video games from other kids. I'd be like, hey, what Pokemon cards you want for that video game? And they'd be like, I need this one, this one, and this one. I'd be like, boom.
Banned it at my son's. It's still popular.
Let's be honest. You didn't do that. You went, what do you want? Like that.
That's exactly what I did. Yeah.
Well, they actually put a stop to trading Pokemon cards at my
Yes.
son's school.
Oh,
just
really?
not even 5 years ago, I bet.
Yeah, you couldn't
So
bring
it's
them
still
because
popular.
kids would
Yeah.
just like not do anything.
Oh,
They'd just be trading
Pokemon.
them.
Kids
Pokemon-
nowadays are different. Kids would make a trade, and then later on they would realize, fuck, I got screwed on that trade.
Yeah, right.
Whine and cry, and the teachers would make them trade back. And
Oh,
then it's a
yeah.
whole thing. Teachers
And then-
like, we're done with this.
We have to have a
Mhm.
discussion.
Yep.
So-and-so's parents have to come meet so-and-so's parents. And I'm like, I can't deal with today's parents.
Did you
I
guys
deal with
know?
today's parents.
Did you guys know that Pokemon is the biggest entertainment franchise in the world? It makes more money. It makes more money than Disney.
I
Really?
don't doubt it
Holy
at
crap.
all. It's everywhere all the
Yeah.
time.
It's
I don't doubt it.
insane.
Now,
But yeah.
when we were on your game show last week, there, I can maybe
Oh.
name
Naming them, yeah.
5 Pokemon gamers there, and you got the majority of them.
Only
But my
because
son would literally sit there and probably name them all.
we told him
Nice.
about that later, and he was
Yeah.
so disappointed.
He looked at me
Wasn't-
like, "What?"
Nice.
yeah,
but,
he was not impressed with our knowledge.
Funny story. So I remember one time I was spending the night at a friend's house, and another friend was there too, and we were all playing Pokemon Red and Blue on our Game Boys and stuff, and linking them together and battling and shit like that. And I don't know why I said funny story, because I mean it's funny, but I shouldn't laugh at it. It's funny, but I shouldn't laugh at it. This kid that was staying with us, he was known for peeing in the bed a lot. And sure enough, that night he peed in the bed, and woke up the next morning, and I could tell he was so embarrassed trying to hide it and stuff. But of course, we could smell it.
Yeah.
So not really funny. I don't know why. I mean, it's kind of funny, you know. But
I thought you were gonna come up with a cool Pokemon name to make fun of them there.
Peed on somebody's Pokemon cards.
We'll call him Pikachu. How about that?
It's you. There you go. Yeah.
I have to mention here,
Mhm.
I'm seeing Scramble the Death Dealers
Banned from Canada until next
banned
year.
from Canada until next
What
year.
could you
Damn.
possibly do in Canada to get banned? Really? Really? What did you do?
Did you try to make us drink American beer?
No.
Is that what happened? But is that your tattoo on your arm? I want to know. Scrambles the Death Dealer.
I'm assuming it
Yeah,
probably
that's
is.
a cool tattoo.
Yeah, that is nice. That's pretty
No,
badass.
it's relevant.
It's pretty badass.
Somebody else is saying, I agree, red and blue were truly
Oh
the
yeah, it
Yeah.
was. Yep.
I don't have much of anything to add to the conversation when it comes to Pokemon, other than I learned how to play the card game only because my son was so into it.
Mhm.
And finally, once I learned how to play it, he decided he didn't want to play anymore.
Yep. Right.
lose.
I think
It's
I might have
today's
beat him once
child.
and might have pissed him off there, and he quit. I
Oh
don't
yeah.
know.
Price charting has a price guide now for Pokemon cards.
Oh,
That's
nice.
how much they're
Oh,
going
yeah, I
up
did.
in value.
I
Yeah,
did.
that's cool.
Alpha Nerd's in Hamilton, and he
Nice.
also got a phone call. Congrats on your phone call.
Okay.
There you go. Nice. What's
So,
up, Chris James?
Hello. And then Scrambles answered, yes, that is my tattoo. Thank you. It's Pikachu riding my daughter's stuffed unicorn. That's awesome.
that's cool. So, we are on to game number 6.
6.
Yep,
I do
Number
believe.
6.
Over
Number
the
six.
halfway mark. Wow.
Look at us
So-
doing it.
Drinking my beer faster.
So here's a game that I bet you guys are not going to see coming. So you remember when the 360 came out and we had the Xbox Live Arcade, right? And you could go on there and buy tons of games. And the Xbox Live Arcade was really the start of indie games becoming popular. Indie games having a platform to reach a mass audience, right?
Yeah.
And prior to that, I didn't know anything about indie games. I played major game releases on consoles.
Yep.
Until Super Meat Boy came out. When Super Meat Boy originally released on the Xbox Live Arcade, that game is really responsible for the amazing popularity of indie games today. Super Meat Boy is really kind of the game that started
Yeah,
it
I
all.
can see that.
Shocking.
Super Meat Boy is such a weird ass game. It's hard as hell, so hard, but it's so much fun. But it was an indie game, and it ended up selling millions. It was a huge success, and that was really
indie games are some of my favorite games.
Yeah, and see, that's why it's such a defining game for me, because it defines me as a gamer so much, because I love indie games. I try to support indie games as much as I can, especially when I do my upcoming Switch games video. I try to throw a lot of indie games on there because they deserve recognition. But
they really do.
Oh yeah, they do. But Super Meat Boy was the game that started my love of indie games, and it's really, I mean, indie games today really owe a lot to Super Meat Boy, because that's the game that put indie games really on the map.
Yeah,
it's kind of what started it all, I think.
Is there a number 2 in the works? I thought I heard.
So there was a new one released recently called Super Meat Boy Forever, and
is that
unfortunately, yeah, it's a sequel, and unfortunately, they kind of dropped the ball on it. It's not a bad game, but the problem with it is it's an auto runner game. So you're not controlling Meat Boy you're running from left to right the entire time, and you have to control his jumps and different things like that.
I know what you mean.
It just
out of those games.
It just doesn't feel right. It just doesn't feel like Super Meat Boy. I didn't care for it. I was very disappointed by that.
I know sometimes they can deviate from an original format of a game and it's successful, but it's so sad when you love something so much and that they've deviated and you're like, it's not the same.
But so have either of you played Super Meat Boy?
No.
I have played it. I have not finished it.
So
it would have been on the 360. It was a while ago.
Yeah.
Can I mention an indie game that I love?
Yeah, let's hear it.
It just makes me giggle every time I think of it there. Broforce.
Oh my God, Broforce.
Yes.
Broforce.
Yes.
This is awesome. I love Broforce.
Broforce is the shit.
I know. I love that game. It's so 80s. I love it.
And every character has the word bro in it. So the Brominator, what are some Rambro.
Rambro.
And I love it every time you get a new character and they announce it deep. Rambro.
Yeah, that game is awesome. I love that game so much.
I love that game.
We had so much fun with that game,
yes.
except I feel like Phil thought we were holding him back.
Yeah. Phil introduced us to that game there maybe a year ago.
Yeah.
Oh, man, probably. I love that game.
Did you not get excited every time you were about to unlock a new character, though?
Yes.
It was so exciting.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Except there was one character that everybody got that were like, not this guy again. I thought I'd be trading up, not trading down.
Yeah, there was always one or two of those guys. You're like, what the?
Yeah.
What was it they called the Man in Black character? That they call him like Bro in Black or something like that?
Might have been.
Or and then there was there was so many.
Time Bro.
Time Bro.
Time Bro.
Yeah. What was Chuck Norris's? I can't remember. Walker, Texas. I don't.
Was it Walker?
I don't remember, but that game was amazing. Love that game.
Scrambles wanted to clear the air. He actually didn't do anything in Canada. He was just a troublemaker back in the day, and Canada said, I need to be a good boy for 10 years before I can return.
Damn.
Wow.
Well, there you go.
My mom and dad had a similar situation at a bar, but it wasn't for 10 years.
Yeah.
My big beer is getting to me. I need a bathroom break.
You're going to have a bathroom break? Okay. Well, Hollywood Polo said, hi, Jen Scott, RetroWolf. How was your day? Chilling with the dog.
My day was good. My day was good. I had some friends over, played some board games.
Oh, nice. What did you play? And I actually got a new board game today.
Oh, nice. We were playing this game called Thunderstone Quest. It's a really good game.
Nice. And is it... I really enjoy co-op board games. Is that a co-op board game?
It's not, but you can buy an expansion for it that adds a co-op mode.
Oh, nice. See, we want to stay married, Scott and I, so we don't play anything that's not a co-op board game.
I got you.
Most of the time. Mm-hmm. But the one I got today, it's on the wall, and I'll get Scott to grab it on the way back. It's the description alone sold me on the game. It's more, I love horror-based board games. I love horror-based video games. The whole 9 yards. And it's a Japanese game, I think it's a Japanese game, and it's now released in English. And it's a little girl that was hidden by her father from bad guys, and she was pushed down in a box, and she stayed there for a long time. So I assumed she died. Now she haunts the place, and you're trapped in this house with her, and you have to try to get out. So one person is her, and then it's 3 to 5 players. So the 2 to 4 other players are the people trying to get out of the house, the mansion. It sounds really cool, except we're not going to be playing it anytime soon.
I need to send you guys some good co-op board game recommendations, because I know a lot of really good cooperative board games.
Yes, please. Because I feel like when I pick co-op board games for myself, I end up picking everything the same. I was going to get you to...
Oh, I can go get it.
Yeah. What do we got here? Jen Scott, I got the trivia question last night on Super Game Room Dudes podcast. I won Tron Arcade Stick. Wow. Nice. That's awesome.
Oh,
yeah. Nice.
Very cool.
And good call, Jen, on the, I'm assuming I'm picking up the board game, maybe. And RetroWolf going to join in on the no by February is Ari.
I don't blame anybody. I don't blame
you either. That's the game I picked up today.
Okay, never heard of that one. That looks kind of freaky.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's what sold me on it. I was like, I need this creepy game.
It's 3 to 5 player. I'm assuming you already told them the whole.
I did.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, that looks cool. Let me know how it is.
Yeah, definitely. Well, when we get to play it, when we're allowed to have friends
we need a third
again.
person. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's true.
We'll just have to get everybody in on a Zoom, and we're like, okay, guys, we're going to play board game.
Have you guys ever heard of, what's it called? Board games, Tabletop Simulator on Steam. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Tabletop Simulator is
Alex might have mentioned it to me before.
No,
it's a I don't know a whole lot about it, but it's on Steam. It's called Tabletop Simulator, and basically you can go on there and play tons and tons of real board games in a simulation on your computer. You can play online with people and all kinds of stuff, and it's supposed to be really cool. There's a lot of different games on there too that people add all the time.
I would love that.
Mm-hmm.
I used to play a lot of I say board games, but now I would consider those more board games. The other ones were more like family games, like Pictionary, Monopoly. So that might be fun to revisit on there if they had it.
Yeah, what's the difference between a board game and a tabletop game?
It's the same. It's the same. The tabletop game is just the overall category that encompasses card games, board games, dice games. It's just kind of the overall category. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
never really thought about it before, because I assumed a tabletop game was something that took over your entire tabletop. Right. That's Mansions of Madness.
Yeah.
We'll play the game after COVID dies. Yes, we will, Dennis. Yes, we will. What games do you play on Tabletop Simulator? I have not.
I haven't tried it yet.
No,
but it sounds awesome.
I need to try it too.
I agree.
What would you recommend? I didn't get to see. Was that Hollywood Polo?
Yes.
Yeah. What would you recommend on that?
Scrambles is in on the no buy February. He owes a lot of money. Is it because of something you did in Canada? And I remember Atmosphere.
Never heard of that one.
Board game that was wicked. Even more than Atmosphere, Nightmare.
Nightmare was before.
Yes.
It's almost the same game.
It is.
But Nightmare was the original.
Yeah, and I love Nightmare.
And if you guys haven't seen it, we did do an episode here where
I scared the shit out of that.
Where we did play Nightmare.
Really?
It's the three of us there, me, Jen, and Dennis.
Yeah.
And she scares the bejesus out of Dennis, but she bleeped out all the swearing. But I tell you, it's so much funnier with the swearing.
That's awesome.
Asking for a friend, this online board game. Can Monopoly still be cheated? Asking for a friend. Sure. I believe you. The Scrabble's the death dealer. And we'll read the last two, and then we'll move on to number 7.
All right.
There's a good game right there, Eldritch War. That's a cooperative game too. Have you ever played it?
I've never played that.
I haven't played it, but I hear it's a lot like Mansions of Madness.
No, I think it's quite a bit different than Mansions.
Is it different?
Really?
Yeah.
Is it Betrayal at No, sorry, maybe it's
Betrayal's similar to Mansions of
It
Madness.
looks similar when you even look at the board game. Betrayal does.
Eldritch Horror is like played on a global scale, and it's everybody working together to try to stop one of the Eldritch beasts from destroying everything. It's really good. It's hard. It's really hard, but I like it.
Yeah, that would be fun though. That was one that's been on my radar to play, but oh my god, I know I'm gonna get it and want all of them.
The board for it is fucking massive.
Is it?
A huge board. Yeah, it takes up almost the whole table.
Yeah,
a bigger table.
Yeah, we'd have to build a bigger table. And cool. Need to check out Nightmare. You do need to check out Nightmare. It's awesome.
Yeah, Nightmare's fun.
And you can get it on.
Yeah, so it's a VHS game. But you don't have to do that because you can go on YouTube and you can watch it there.
Yes, you can
just play the game. Yeah.
Nice. You don't have to have a board or anything.
You do.
Yes, you have to have the board and all.
If you don't have a VCR.
Yeah, but who has a VCR now? I mean, I do.
I do.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. Like maybe a lot of people on the stream do because we're all retro kind of.
Right.
But
yeah.
If I go to my next door neighbor and say, "Can I borrow your VCR?" It'd look like, like I have two heads there.
Exactly.
You know.
I'm surprised Alex even knows what a VCR is.
Yeah, kids these days they don't understand VHS tapes and a VCR.
No. Oh no, not at all. No. Neither did my grandfather, but he put it in lengthwise, and I'm like,
oh shit,
there's this much tape sticking out. Like, what are you expecting will happen here? I don't know.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to game number 7.
Game number 7.
Let's see. Okay, so for game number 7, I'm gonna go back to the GameCube.
Okay.
So I was always a fan of the Metroid series. You know, the Metroid on the NES, Super Metroid, Metroid Fusion on the Game Boy Advance. Love all the classic Metroid games. Metroid 2 on the Game Boy. Yep. And I remember whenever I got my Nintendo Power that first revealed Metroid Prime, I remember thinking, Metroid in 3D? I remember thinking, how's that going to work? That doesn't even make any sense. But at the same time, I was like, the screenshots for this game look pretty freaking amazing, though. And then when that game came out and I bought it, I was blown away at how amazing that game was. And not only was it an amazing game, but at the time that game came out, it was one of the most technically impressive games and one of the best looking games out of any of the consoles in that generation. It
holds up well now.
Oh, yeah. It really does. But I remember just falling in love with that game. Just the atmosphere of it. The gameplay was fantastic. They literally managed to capture the feel of a 2D Metroid game in 3D. And it worked. And it worked so well.
Yep.
And it doesn't always.
Right. People don't always do that whenever you make the transition from 2D to 3D. It doesn't always work. But they pulled it off. They pulled it off, and I ended up, playing the whole trilogy, and I'm really excited for when they eventually re-release the trilogy in HD on the Switch, because that would be awesome. The rumor is that's been done for a long time, but Nintendo's waiting. Really? Yeah, the rumor is Nintendo's had the HD trilogy ready to go on the Switch, but they're kind of waiting till Metroid Prime 4 is a little bit closer to being done.
Now, I'm glad you mentioned Metroid Prime 4. Because I see rumors all over the internet that Amazon accidentally released the release date. I don't know if that's all BS or what.
Nah, dude, there's no way in hell Amazon would know the release date.
It happens with every game now. Every game now, there's always one of those stupid rumors.
It's just people guessing. And somebody making.
But basically. There's substantial evidence that Nintendo's had the Metroid Prime HD trilogy done for a while. Okay. They're going to wait until Metroid Prime 4 is almost done and then maybe drop the trilogy about 6 months before, I would say, the fourth game comes. And that way that gives people time to buy and play the trilogy before. It's a lot of people in this gaming generation have never played Metroid Prime.
Yeah, that's true.
Introduce them to the trilogy before the new game comes out.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. Hollywood Polo wants to know, Scott, Jen, RetroWolf, what do you think of the second part of the Transformers Netflix series?
Okay, don't ruin it for me because me and my son are watching it, so I'm relying on my son to book appointments with me to get this thing. I think we're only about 2 episodes in, maybe 3. I don't know. So far, it's pretty cool. I loved the first season, so don't ruin it for me. Don't ruin it for me.
I didn't
Have
even
you
know.
watched it all?
I didn't even
man.
know. I never heard. I didn't know there was a Netflix.
Oh, dude.
Transformers.
If
Is
you
it
love
good?
Transformers, you got to go check it out.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
the first season was awesome.
Nice.
I'm not allowed to watch, even if I liked. I mean, I don't not like Transformers.
Nope, you're a girl.
I get kicked out of the room when they're watching a show together. Like,
That's awesome.
he'll literally say, "Are you going to stay here?"
Not me.
No,
My son.
no. He's like, "Are you going to stay here?" I'm like, "I guess not."
It's father-son bonding time there.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I just get kicked out of the room.
Yep.
But whatever.
I can watch it with you later.
I'm good.
See? That's why you're kicked into the room.
I just feel like I wouldn't appreciate it as much as you.
I love Transformers. I introduced him to the original cartoon that came out.
Mhm.
I did that at a young age.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So he's watched everything.
You have to. You have to watch those first ones first. We
Yep.
made him watch a lot of
That
old
first, I don't know. Like, you're a lot younger than me, but that first season of Transformers, the cartoon back in the 80s there, that was awesome. I
Yep.
loved it. The second season wasn't bad, but it definitely went off on a different tangent there. The movie was...
How long ago was that, though?
Well, we're not going to go.
But yeah, Metroid Prime holds a very special place in my heart for sure. It's it's one of those things where honestly I haven't played the game in a long time because I've wanted to go back and play it again on the GameCube or on the Wii.
I'm waiting for that HD version.
Yeah, well, I'm holding out.
What's the chances we could get a 4K?
Oh, yeah, that would be great. You could
That
have,
would be cool.
Or no, they wouldn't do it. How cool would that be in VR?
oh, dude, yeah.
Nintendo won't share that, but
It would
how
be
cool
motion
would that be in
sickness.
VR?
You'd be getting a lot of motion sickness playing that game
Yeah.
in VR, but it would be cool, man, for sure.
Oh,
Yeah, that would be motion sickness 4 days. And Mitchell B agrees. Nintendo, where's our Metro Prime trilogy for Switch at?
Don't worry, it'll come. It'll come.
Isn't there a rumor? Isn't there something coming out here soon? Another trilogy on Switch? Maybe you know more about it. I can't remember what it was.
Possibly
It's
the
not
Mass Effect
Zelda?
trilogy.
Was it?
There's rumor of possibly the Mass Effect trilogy coming.
Yeah. I thought it was something like a Zelda or something like that, but I could be wrong.
Well, this is 2021 is the 35th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda, so Nintendo
Okay.
will have a 35-year. So there may be
That's-
like a Zelda collection that releases on the Switch. That's a possibility.
That's what I think I've been reading.
Yep.
It's probably rumors.
It's
Yeah.
very possible. Very possible.
Yeah.
Well, that would be cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy not to, because I mean, look at how well the Mario 3D collection sold like crazy.
People got nervous it was going to sell out and just bought and bought and bought. And then our pawn shop had like
There are stacks of them
3.
here. I'm gonna buy a stack
Nintendo-
like that.
Yeah, Nintendo made a shit ton of copies of that game. Enough, plenty for people to buy for sure.
But was that the same in your area? Was the hype that you had to get it now because it
Yeah.
wasn't going
It's
to
gonna
be
be
around?
limited.
Yeah,
Limited
right.
edition there, and then
Meanwhile, Walmart had tons of them.
Yep.
Like on the same day, we ordered ours from Amazon, thinking, okay, we got to get it.
yeah,
now.
we pre-ordered it.
we
Yeah.
pre-ordered it,
I did.
and
the
then
Yeah.
and then we walk into Walmart the same day it's released, and there it is, and we don't even have ours in hand yet because
I
they
know.
only shipped it on the day of release. So we're like, whatever.
I bought 2 copies of it. I've got one sealed and one that I
Oh
played.
yeah.
That's smart. I think a lot of people did that too.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think Nintendo cashed in.
Oh, yeah.
On that one.
Definitely cashed in.
Yeah.
for sure.
They definitely did. Caramble said, I have a Metro Prime 3 corruption for Wii. I need a walkthrough or something. Again, no clue what I'm supposed to do.
I
It's a
haven't
tough
played
game.
that one. How is that?
It's good. It's really good. It's tough.
Is it?
It's,
I don't even have it, so I have to pick it up.
it's going up in price a little bit, especially especially the collector's edition of it.
Oh, yeah. Are you interested in Kevin Smith He-Man anime on Netflix?
No, I didn't know that was.
I didn't even know that was happening, but I will definitely
I
check it
love
out.
everything Kevin Smith.
Yeah, I could see. Kevin Smith. I could see him doing a good job at that. I could see him doing a better job at that than he does in his comedy movies, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you like the last Jay and Silent Bob movie?
You know what? I did. I did
too, because there was like a lot of nostalgia. There was just, they put everybody in there.
Yeah.
And it kind of hits you in the feels too.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I was honestly surprised that Ben Affleck made a cameo, because I didn't assume that he would, because I thought he'd be like,
that's Batman.
Yeah, that's Batman now. I don't even know where to go with him on Batman.
You know what?
He didn't do a bad job.
I liked him as Batman personally.
Yeah.
I didn't mind him at all. For me, like when we really sit down and think, like, I don't even want to go there because that'll open up a big can of worms. What was that?
Is your room haunted now?
Might be. No, I won't go there.
You can say it if you want.
All right. Our cat passed away about a week ago, and she was 20 years old. And as I was holding her, I told her I wanted her to haunt the game room.
Hey.
So, I don't know.
Believe he told her to haunt the game room. Now, honestly, for the first 3 or 4 days when I come down, I would I'd be kind of nervous.
She was 20 years old. We had her for 20 years. She was family, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Gibbs.
Light our darkest hour. Elbow call. One shall stand and one shall fall.
You know what that's from.
Yes.
Okay.
I want to say Yoshi.
Yeah, oh God. I can't wait till people see that. Oh, that's gonna be good. I do know
it's from the movie, the Transformer movie.
Yeah.
We my editor put a little bit of editing into that too, so there's some transitions and a custom.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Awesome.
I haven't finished it yet, but so far what I've watched, it's gonna be good, I think.
We had a lot of fun doing
Oh my God.
Yeah.
When you were like, oh my God, it's been that long, I was like, you could have told me differently and I would have believed you, because we had so much fun.
Yeah.
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 I would do that again in a heartbeat. 100%.
We got our asses whooped, but
it wasn't too bad.
It wasn't bad. We started off good, and then it just started going downhill bad.
Okay, should we move on to number 8? Am I correct? Is that
number 8? Yep, number 8.
Are we on? Oh, I missed one.
All right, so for number 8, I'm going to go to Fallout 3.
Nice.
So I remember back during that era, during that time, even though the internet was widely used, right? But my primary way to get video game news was still gaming magazines back, and that was 2007, I think. 2000.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I still got most of my video game news through gaming magazines, and the primary magazine that I got my news from was the magazine you get a subscription of for being a GameStop member. It was Game Informer.
Oh, nice.
So I would get my Game Informer every month. I would read it from front to back, and I remember the issue that they had a huge spread on Fallout 3. A huge spread on Fallout 3. I remember reading through that, thinking to myself that that's the most amazing game, the most amazing sounding game I've ever heard. I was like, holy shit, this game sounds incredible. So I bought it day one. What I put probably 200 hours into it. I got so addicted to it.
Oh my goodness.
I was just playing it nonstop. And that was the first Bethesda game that I had ever played. I had never played Morrowind on the Xbox. I'd never played Oblivion on the 360. I can't remember if Oblivion came out before Fallout 3 or after Fallout 3. I can't remember.
I'm not familiar with that series. You loved Skyrim.
I did love Skyrim, but I didn't really get into Morrowind.
I'm afraid to get into the series, to be quite honest with you there, because I could lose like months.
Dude, I started a new game in Skyrim recently, downloaded it on Game Pass, and been playing it on the Xbox One with some mods that increase the frame rate. And dude, you play Skyrim on the Xbox Series X, when you fast travel, it loads in about 2 seconds.
Oh my God, nice. That would be so much better.
And normally it's like 30 seconds to a minute every time you fast travel. So that was great. But yeah, Fallout 3 was the game The reason Fallout 3 is on my list, not only because it is in my top favorite games of all time, probably in my top, I'd say it's in my top 25. Nice. But another reason that it's on my list is because Fallout 3 is the game that got me into open world video games, massive open world video games. And ever since then, open world games have been some of my favorites. And when I say open world games, I mean true open world games where they drop you in the world and you can go anywhere with pretty much no limitations.
Yeah.
So since then, I've played every Bethesda open world game: Oblivion, Skyrim, Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas. But yeah, Fallout 3 has a very special place in my heart. I've played it probably 3 times now since it released. So I've probably put, between the 3 times I've played it, I've probably put 400 hours into that game.
Oblivion came out 2 years before Fallout 3.
Okay. Yep. Awesome. That sounds about right.
Thank you.
What are your thoughts on Microsoft buying Bethesda?
I mean,
where do you think they're going with this? They're going to be, all right. I feel like it's going to be the first year or so. It's going to be exclusive, and then it'll be released on other consoles because they want to make their money. That's what I feel.
I can understand why you would think that. I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to make them all exclusives because
that would be that'd be killer.
The reason that I say that is because if you think about what is the number one thing that sells a console, it's exclusives.
It's the exclusives, yes.
The exclusives are the number one thing that sells a console, and Microsoft wants to get as many Xboxes in people's homes as they can to sell people on Game Pass.
Absolutely.
Get that reoccurring revenue every month from people. So I really think they're going to keep those exclusives.
I want to say something.
I want to say hi to our friend. I don't know how to pronounce your name.
Anybody want to take a shot at that?
Gernaldinho?
That sounds as good as anything I would have done.
Gernaldinho?
All right.
Best I can do.
I like it.
I want to say something here when it comes to Microsoft's plans for the future.
Hi, Scrambles.
I'm a little bit worried, and I feel like there are big things in the future for Microsoft at the same time. Now, the big things are, I feel like they're going the way of PS4, where they are selling their console. They are going your exclusive games. That's what your titles. That's what's selling your consoles. They're going all in on that.
Yep.
And what worries me is the whole reason why I bought an Xbox Series X is that they sold it on backwards compatibility. And I've been keeping an eye on that, and it has not budged much at all. And what they've added, and they've actually taken games away. Yeah. That's a whole thing. We did a video on it where
I remember that.
There was a X amount of video games that were in the backwards compatible library when you go on your laptop and you search the store or whatever, and then they've removed. It was close to 100 of them.
Yeah.
Now, those games, I figured out that those games that they have removed from the list, like if you go in there and see if they're there, then they're not. Okay. But those games are still backwards compatible. You can pop that disc in and it'll play it. Now, I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if they're working on them or I just don't know. The whole thing is the reason why I bought an Xbox Series X is because of backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
I was hoping that I was going to get a machine that was going to do it all.
Yes.
I was going to be able to pop an original Xbox disc in there, play it. They have all the modern features.
Yes.
I don't care if the graphics are enhanced or not. I just want to be able to have. I like the wireless controllers are a big thing for me.
Yeah.
But I also want to be able to have be future proof for my games. Now I like the original Xboxes this year. It's its 20th anniversary in November.
Yeah.
20th anniversary, and the capacitors are failing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of modders out there doing great things with it.
Oh, yeah.
I've got 3 consoles right now, the original Xboxes, and I have to work on one of them and possibly 2 of them there. I have to actually probably open them up because Everyday Retro Gamer had a video out recently. I don't know if you know him, but he's a smaller channel. And while he was playing his game, the capacitor popped.
Oh, shit.
Blew. So he turned off his machine, and he was saying that he's got to do a capacitor replacement. You got to get a kit for them and replace them all.
Yeah.
I also have to do the same thing
Yes,
with
you do.
a bunch of them there. And it's just, I have a big Xbox library right now and don't want to lose the ability to be able to play them.
Oh,
10
absolutely
years
not.
from now, is all the hardware going to fail?
Right.
The 360 for hardware was horrible. Like the first version that came out was just a nightmare. Those things are failing left and right. I have the Halo Master Chief collection, or not collection, the 360 edition. Do you know the green one? You know the one I'm talking about?
Yep.
And now I'm having it already red ringed. I fixed that. Now I'm having a read disk error.
Yeah.
So my lens is going. I have to fix that. Just constant hardware issues. I want a machine that can play it all. I have a big library. That's all I want, Microsoft. I'm pleading to you right now.
They're actually watching.
You know? That's all I want, really.
I have to ask this question, and I know we're deviating a little bit. Hollywood Polo wants to know if we're excited for Zen Studios, the pinball show podcast next week on YouTube. Do you are you really into pinball stuff or like that sort of stuff? We were on the show and we loved being on there and we had a blast with everybody, but we are such novices. Like
when it comes to arcade one-ups and stuff like that, I'm a novice. I will tell you though, if you want to see how to do one of these live streams and do it really well, the Rexer show, you go and watch him, man. He does it well.
Our friend, still gonna try to pronounce it phonetically, Gurnaldinho. What's that game? What's that game you can play where you have to string together the pictures and you're like, oh, that makes the word. He did it for us phonetically, and now we can do the word.
Yep, Gurnaldinho. Nice.
Let us know if we
before we get into the next game, I need another bathroom break.
That beer, man, it's going right through you, isn't it?
Big beer.
Dude, I'll guarantee I can fit at least 6 regular beer into this glass. I will guarantee it, if not more. And I went to the keg and I poured it there for about, I don't know, 3-4 minutes before I filled it.
Nice.
So my bladder's full.
Yeah,
that's
definitely
awesome.
full. And we have a lot of hi Dad.
Hi, Dad.
Who's hi Dad to? Is your dad Hollywood Polo? Is your dad in here, or is it because Scott's so old he could be your dad? He's going to be the big 4-3 this year. A little bit past 1988. A little bit. 10 years.
No, that's not that bad.
No. You know what? You're only as old. Well, I shouldn't say that you're only as old as you feel, because I damn near feel 60 or 70 some days.
I do too.
Mentally, I'm just a child. Like I'm such a child. While Scott's in the bathroom, what's been in your console? What have you been playing most recently? I know you mentioned a few games. What have you been putting the most amount of time into? Was it the one you had mentioned earlier?
Yeah, Skyrim. I played through the main quest, and I decided after that to take a break. So I've taken a break from Skyrim. I'm going to come back to it, but I took a break to play a game. I just went on Game Pass on the Xbox One X and was just kind of browsing. And this game caught my eye that I remember seeing got really good reviews, and supposedly it has a really good story, and it's called A Plague Tale: Innocence.
I seen that. Yeah.
So I downloaded it yesterday, and I probably played it for 6 hours nonstop.
Nice.
It's so good. The story is so good. It's dark. God, that's a dark and brutal game because it takes place during the bubonic plague.
Oh, cool.
Play is this teenage girl who she's like lives for a rich. She lives with she's like the daughter of a rich like lord in a lady that owned this manor for this town.
Plague Tale.
And
do we have it on Xbox? I feel like was it physically released? Yeah, I feel like
so. Yeah, I think it was.
Oh, I don't have it.
But yeah, it takes place during the bubonic plague, and you play as this young girl and her brother, whose entire family, her mom and dad get slaughtered. Everybody at their manor gets slaughtered, and her brother's really sick. And after you get away, you escape, and you're just going on a journey, trying to avoid getting brutally killed by these people that are chasing her brother for some reason. The Inquisition wants her brother, and her brother's sick. So you're going on a journey trying to avoid them while also trying to figure out how to cure your brother's sickness. He has some kind of mysterious sickness. It's not the plague.
Yeah.
But that is wicked.
This sounds so familiar. It's crazy.
Has a Last of Us vibe to it.
Was it a free game on Gold, or was it on Game Pass?
Yeah, that's
okay. I know. I swear I looked at this game. I might even have it downloaded on the machine.
I'll say this.
Yeah, right.
I'll say this. You know, since you guys are fans of The Last of Us, you would like this game because it's very similar. It's very story driven. It plays sort of like The Last of Us in some ways, except it's not. It doesn't. Well, I say it doesn't have creatures in it, but there are rats in that game that are. I don't even want to spoil it for you. Let's just say the rats in that game are really dangerous.
So it's a must play. Must play.
I think so, yeah. And it got fantastic reviews. It got like rave reviews and critical acclaim.
And it comes in a physical?
I think it did. I think it did have a physical release. I believe it did.
Because if I like the game, somewhere. I have to have a physical copy.
Oh yeah. I hear you.
I talked about being old while you're gone.
Yeah.
And you're being old. And then now I have fans. That's great, Jen. And then Shay said, Shay, still want to say Shay. Said, Jen, the only reason I ever clicked on your channel videos was because of your thumbnail. Very photogenic. It's all about the light. It's all about the light and a really good SLR.
Yep.
She was growling me saying, we need to take more pictures of you so we can have you on the thumbnail. I'm like, nobody wants to see me on the thumbnail. That's just going to hurt our views.
I was like, I can't be the only one on the thumbnail. It's not my own channel.
The evidence is in front of you.
Well, Scott, can I say this? I say this as a straight up heterosexual. You pull off the bald look, my friend. You really do. Pull it off. Pull it off. Not many people can pull it off, but you pull it off.
Not only does he pull it off, he has to.
I have to now. When I first let's get way out here on a tangent here. I used to have like that real short brush cut there, like almost military style. And I had a buddy. We were like tight like that for a long time. We gamed out all the time. And he had a full head of hair, and he looked at me and said, man, why don't you just shave your head? You got just like fuck all on top of your head. Just shave your head. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to shave my head. And then he kept going, and then he got to a point where he said, dude, you shave your head, I'll shave mine too. I'm like, fuck yeah, go grab the beer. And he's like,
and I said, I'll go to Walmart and get razors. And I did.
So, buddy, he had a full head of hair, and I had like a really short buzz cut. And we shaved our heads, and I have pictures of it.
He's like this in the mirror.
Yeah, he's got this like, shit, I fucked up look on his face.
But you know what? He shaves his head all the time.
But now he shaves it. Yeah, nice. I started off with a full head of hair, but now I have like more of a lifesaver haircut thing going on. If I let her out there, so
I think the beard definitely helps. If you didn't have the beard, I think you would look a little weird. No offense.
Oh,
it's He needs
the beard.
I look weird on a good day.
I like to keep my hair short.
Oh Lord. Waves and Games said we're not old. I saw that somewhere, but now I can't see it again.
Because you're old.
Because I'm old. And Waves and Games also wants to know, I'm going bald. When should I shave it off, Scott?
How bold are you? Here's another story about a bald. I have another friend that is quite a bit younger than me. He is probably, is he 15 years younger than me?
I think the difference between him and Alex and him and you is the same, or he's closer to Alex's age just marginally, like a year or two.
Mr. Wolf, say something. I think we might have lost your audio.
Oh, can you hear me?
Oh, there we go. We got you again. But yeah, you cut out for a second.
Did I? Huh. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, he was making cracks at me, but being old and all that. But he had he was going really. He was receding like hardcore, and I would always shoot at him about his haircut there. I'm like, and then finally, and next time I seen him,
if you guys could see a picture, it's like he's.
You swear to God,
my hero.
You swear to God, he was my younger brother.
Oh yeah,
really? Nice.
Yeah. Shaved head, same color beard almost.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think there was a question for me that we missed a little bit earlier.
Maybe? Yes. It said, question for Wolf: do you prefer open world games or tighter, more narrative driven games?
So that's a good question. You know, for me, it really depends on what I'm in the mood for. Now, I have this problem with stories in video games. So it is really difficult for a story in a video game to pull me in. I don't know why, but there aren't very many games where the story interests me. So a lot of times I completely ignore the story and just play the game. If the story doesn't grab me within the first 30 minutes to an hour, it's not going to click with me.
That's probably a good amount of time though, really.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But I prefer open world games, honestly, just for the simple fact that I haven't played very many games where the story pulls me in and keeps me pulled in. I am going to talk about some in just a second though on my list.
Oh, nice.
All right. I'm going to pass that same question to Jen.
What? Oh,
open world or story narrative driven?
See, that is hard for me to answer honestly because I haven't played
Don't fucking lie.
No, to answer because I haven't played a lot of open world games.
Right. That makes sense.
If I played more open world games now, I did love Skyrim. I loved it. But I also really loved The Last of Us. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to make that choice because there's a lot of really great open world games, but there's a lot of really great narrative driven games. It's hard to say.
I think one of my biggest problems with a lot of video game stories is I feel like a lot of them are way too convoluted and complex, especially RPG games. There's a lot of RPG games. The stories are just way too complicated and just convoluted and just all over.
It makes it hard to get into, eh?
It does, yeah, it does.
Yeah, I almost want I don't want a game with like crazy elaborate conversations in it or like dialogue or whatever. I'm like, would you just talk like a normal person? Like talk like normal. Then I'm gonna relate more to the game, even if it's a crazy, outlandish story. I need it to be relatable, or else I'm just gonna go and just play the game, like you said.
Now, with that being said, the game I played most recently that pulled me in with its story and also ended up being one of the best stories I've ever experienced in a video game was Become Human.
Oh my God. Yes.
Phenomenal.
I loved it.
I haven't played it. I'd say that I haven't played it. I haven't played through it.
Yeah.
Now, I barely played it. Maybe a half hour.
Yeah, maybe half hour.
Because this was one of her gamer education video games that she played.
Yeah.
And she was like, because she was very green at playing games, and she was like, the controls are just fucked. She's like, I can't get used to it.
They were.
And so she had there, try it. And I'm like, okay, I'll try it.
Yeah.
So I tried it, and I'm like, yeah, they're fucked, but like you gotta get used to it there.
Yeah.
Once you get used to it, you loved the game.
Yeah, I really did. I really did.
Too. God, it was intense.
Did you have a favorite character?
My favorite character was, I can't remember her name now, the female android.
That was mine too.
She was absolutely my favorite.
I couldn't help but want to make sure I saved her the most. And then Marcus, and then I was like, the other guy, he's all
Connor was my least favorite. I still liked him, but yeah.
You said the same thing.
Yes.
Like, fuck Connor. I don't give a fuck.
People loved Connor, but I was like, I don't know. I felt he was... We did bring him back, but I felt like he was kind of far gone. I felt like I'd have to really work for him.
That was her name, Cara.
Yes. I forgot her name completely too. And Cara, yeah. Do you know what? I really liked her in, was it the show called The Killing? Like,
I don't know.
the actual actress. In The Killing.
See, you like that more than I did.
I liked the first season.
I don't remember what though.
But they've all been in a lot of stuff. Marcus was in Grey's.
Trivia time, people.
Yeah.
Who produced that game? And then the other 4 games that go along with that. Because we had to pick them all up.
Like the development company?
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember the name of the company.
I never say it well.
The name.
If you say it, I will correct you.
I can't even think about it, but I know I would screw it up if I tried to say it.
Oh, come on. Do I have to go get the game?
Go for it.
It's right somewhere.
Damn it.
I can't.
Quantic Dream. There we go.
Quantic Dream. Yes.
Quantic Dream. Just took my earbud out.
Yeah. Quantic Dream.
All right. So do we want to name off the other 3 games for that? Because I had to go buy them all.
Murdered Soul Suspect is one, right? Murdered Soul Suspect.
What?
With Quantic Dream in that 4-part series? No, that's not one.
No.
Indigo Prophecy is the first one.
That was one that had the word soul in the name, though, right?
Is it 2 Souls? No.
2 Souls.
Is it 2 Souls? Beyond 2 Souls.
Yeah. Heavy Rain.
Heavy Rain.
Oh, yeah. Heavy Rain. Yep.
I was watching
Davis Deadly and
Pac-Man Case earlier. And they were doing a podcast, and the topic was the top 10 best.
I think it was theirs.
Top 10 exclusive PS3 games. And I think it was Pac-Man that had Heavy Rain. Sorry.
Yeah.
Had Heavy Rain in his picks.
I need to play that one.
I wasn't able to watch the entire thing. I absolutely want to go watch. I will watch it all tomorrow because that's a cool topic.
Oh yeah.
Topic. I love watching that stuff, and hopefully I see something that I haven't heard of before. And
it's always cool to mention that.
And did we name all 4?
Yeah.
Did we do? Okay.
Yeah, and
good for us.
Look.
Yep.
Indigo Prophecy. Fahrenheit. Yes. Fahrenheit? And Indigo Prophecy for Canada. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, was it Fahrenheit over in Europe?
I don't know. Have been. I'm not sure, but I have heard Fahrenheit before. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people were agreeing that
there is
an awesome great game.
A version of Indigo Prophecies you can get on the PS4.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it too. Yeah, can't you get 3 games in one package? There's a package that comes with Detroit.
Yeah,
I did not see that.
Yeah, I think it comes with Detroit Become Human, Beyond 2 Souls, and one of the other ones.
Heavy Rain, because I think
Heavy Rain. Yeah, Heavy Rain. That is.
I thought Indigo Prophecy may have been a limited run thing, but I may
no.
not.
Yeah,
no, sure. I've definitely seen it on eBay multiple times. It's actually on my watch list, and I'm just. It's like buying a brand new game. You have to pay.
I think I didn't end up getting that PS4 title with the 3 on them because I wanted each one individually.
Really?
Yeah. We passed it up somewhere. I wish I would have picked it up, but
you love your PS4, and you didn't get that.
Really do.
I'm surprised.
Iowa Retro Gamer Dad, I want to answer his question real quick.
Yeah.
That game is Until Dawn, which I'm planning on playing soon because I've never played it. And the actor is Rami Malek, and he is a fantastic actor, amazing actor.
You will love Until Dawn.
I can't wait to play it.
I loved it.
If you loved Detroit Become Human,
it's similar, right?
Oh my God!
Not the story, but the gameplay or the way
the game. Well, there's some quick time action.
There's a lot of quick action
stuff
there. It's almost all quick action stuff. So be prepared. But I'm telling you, the story was awesome.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you want to wait till Halloween, but damn, that's a good Halloween game.
I can't wait that long. I think I'm gonna play it next. Actually.
I don't blame you.
You should, and then we need to have a dialogue.
It's not that long a game either.
Yeah. You know what though? Longer than I expected it. Not longer than I wanted it to be. It was. I could have went.
I can't wait. More. I can't wait. The next time we talk, we're gonna talk about the last scene.
Okay. Is it crazy?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Okay.
You do know the premise of the game is to save as many people as you can, right?
Right. Yep. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
You talk about stressful.
Oh man.
I love it. Dude, this story is awesome.
It was.
I loved it.
We loved it.
I was not expecting much, But Phil, a friend of mine there, my go-to game knowledge guy there, he told me, he said, "No, dude, you got to play it there." And I'm like, all right, I'll try it. Holy shit.
That company has some other games too.
Yeah, Man of Medan.
Yeah, we have that. I think there's another one too, isn't there?
I think it's in VR.
Oh, is it?
The other one's in VR.
You might be right. You might be right. Yep.
Yeah, and of course we don't have a VR, so I was like, damn it.
Not yet.
You want me to go to the next game on the list?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let's do that.
So, all right. So I kind of cheated on this one because I'm gonna name 3 games. But my reason for including them on the list is the same. Okay, and those 3 games are The Last of Us, The Last of Us 2, Part 2, and God of War, the newest God of War.
We allow cheating then for that.
Those 3 games, I have never been as emotionally invested in a story as those 3 games.
Oh, yeah.
You want me to tell you something that will break your heart?
Yeah, let's hear it.
I love The Last of Us, love Last of Us 2. Mm-hmm. I played a good 8 hours of God of War. Mm-hmm. And it was right after I played Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man so much. Mm-hmm. And I got about 8 hours into God of War, and I don't know if I was not in the mood or what. And I just got pissed off, and I haven't finished it.
That does break my heart, Scott, because the way that game ends is the most epic thing I've ever seen in a video game. The ending of that game is, dude, oh my God.
Dennis played through it and told me it was amazing. So now I'm like, okay, now that's on my list of I got to go back and finish it.
Think about the most epic thing you've ever done in a video game and multiply it by 100, and that's the climax of God of War. It is.
The worst thing about it is I kind of know what happens. I haven't seen it.
I don't know what happens.
But I read it, and I'm like, fuck, that sounds awesome. But I haven't seen it, so I haven't experienced it yet.
Dude.
But yeah.
Dude. And the second one the second one supposedly comes out this year, so.
I got to get on it then.
Little Hope is the newest one. I think that was for
okay.
Until Dawn, that. Then Hollywood Polo saying, "Take care, guys." Awesome 3 games. Yes. Awesome 3 games.
So
Dennis had played through all 3 of them.
I have to ask, I've played through The Last of Us and The Last of Us 2. Mm-hmm. Do you think I could play God of War? Do you think I could do it?
I think
as far as like the gameplay?
Physically play it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think so. I mean, it's hard. It's a hard game. It's harder than The Last of Us and Last of Us 2, I think. But
maybe I play that before I play Demon Souls.
It's one of those things where, if you're struggling with a certain part of the game, you can kind of maybe backtrack and grind a little bit, get a little bit shorter, and then go back. But the combat in that game is phenomenal. So good.
Well, I watched him play a little bit of it, and I was like, "Do I have the chops to play it?"
I hate the grinding part. I hate grinding.
Yeah, well, see, you don't have to grind in that thing. That's the beautiful thing about it. I didn't grind at all. Played through it without grinding, but I mean, some people have to.
Gib84 Gaming says he 100% agrees with you. God of War has fast become my favorite of all time.
It's definitely in my top 10, I would say.
Then Iowa Retro Gamer says he needs a PS4. Yes, you do.
Dude, if you get a PS4, there is a huge library of very affordable, amazing games.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you can go to a pawn shop and grab games for $10-$20 that will just blow your mind.
Yes.
The used prices are great.
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Dennis has a question for you. Says, did you beat the Valkyries? Hard as fuck.
I think I killed maybe 2 of them after I beat the game, and I think I could have beat the rest of them, but I got distracted by another video game and just moved on to another game.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
It's hard too when you go back and you've already finished the game to go back and play a little bit more.
Yeah.
It already feels kind of like that chapter's closed. Yeah. You're like, I've beat the game, so I've done as much as
I felt like that when I played Miles Morales.
Yeah.
I felt like I had already played this game, and I felt like it should have been a DLC, but it was a good game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But was it worthy for a full launch title price?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It should have been maybe 30, I think.
Yeah. And then
it was a short game.
It was a short game.
I blew through it in like 2 short days.
Oh, wow.
You could do that game in 1 day.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Lawrence wants me to say Ragnarok for God of War.
Ragnarok.
But I can't. I didn't say it properly, so I screwed it up already.
Yeah.
What's the rumors on Ragnarok? Anything out? Anything solid yet?
I mean, they said 2021 whenever they revealed that they just revealed a title for the game, and it said 2021. So
you think a holiday launch?
I think there's a chance it could get delayed, but I don't know. I feel like
you know what? Every damn game that comes out that has any high profile at all gets delayed, and if it doesn't get delayed, it comes out. It's fucking Cyberpunk. It's fucked.
Yeah, well, and here's something to consider though for the next God of War game is if you think about it, right? They've already got the game engine ready to go because it's going to be a sequel, a direct sequel. They can probably reuse a lot of the assets. They've already got the main gameplay figured out. They're just going to take that gameplay and build on it. So really, their turnaround time for a new game should be a lot quicker because I think it took them 7 years to develop God of War.
I could see
it was 5 to 7 years, I believe. So I think their turnaround time for the new one will be much shorter, but there is a good chance it could get delayed at 20. I mean,
I don't know
holiday,
what else feels about this, but if it means I get a broken game at launch, or if it means I gotta wait another 6 months,
let's wait.
To get the game I deserve.
Yep, let's wait.
Let's wait.
Yeah, I agree.
And look,
name that broken game because that's happened a few times.
Oh, yeah, it's happened a lot.
It's sad when you get a broken game because it kind of kills the hype. You know,
Days Gone was near broken when it came out,
but when they fixed it, that game was great.
Yeah.
It is.
Fallout 76. Terrible.
Yeah. But we did buy Days Gone much later. Like
we bought it like almost a year later.
I did too. Yep, I did too.
And it was great.
That's one thing I love about Nintendo is they do not release broken games. They make sure their games are 100% done and fully tested and polished. And if they don't think it's going to be ready, they're going to do what they did with Metroid Prime 4 and completely restart development, even if it means the game is going to take another 3 to 5 years to come out.
And people who love that game and want that game, you know, they'll still buy it.
Just the franchise name alone, you can't mess this up. You can't fuck it up.
You can't do it. Nope.
Gib84 Platinum God of War.
Very nice.
He loved every playthrough.
Very nice.
And he doesn't see Ragnarok this year. Been an Xbox guy to Iowa and can't afford both, but as a Street Fighter fan, I've always wanted a PS4. Yep. Lawrence sees it late 2021.
I hope you're right.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I finally got 2 crown pieces for my PlayStation collection, Legend of Mana and Castlevania Chronicles.
Very nice.
Oh, buddy.
Very nice.
2 big ones.
They are. Yeah. Dennis loves his PlayStation 4.
Dennis does. Dennis just got his just this past summer.
Do you know what Dennis told me?
What?
He had to turn his PlayStation 4 off. He was smelling burning. He was smelling burning. He had played it so much that day. He was worried, so he turned it off immediately.
I don't blame him.
There's a quote right there. That's one of the best quotes in gaming, I think.
That is true. A delayed game will eventually
quoted.
A fresh game.
Yeah.
How
do you do any maintenance on your consoles at all? I do myself to my abilities. You know.
Yeah, same here.
Constantly learning and kind of pushing myself a little bit further.
Same here. Like right now, the only thing I'm comfortable with doing really is taking it apart and cleaning it on the inside, right? Getting dust out of it and stuff. I did buy I just got it a few days ago in the mail. I bought a soldering iron kit. So I'm going to start learning how to do that because, you know, I think that'll really open up a lot of possibilities.
It's a necessity when you're into this kind of hobby. I think you have to. If you don't maintain your consoles, guys, they're going to die out. There's a life expectancy of capacitors and all that stuff. You got to maintain them.
Definitely. Iowa Retro Gamer Dad said No Man's Sky.
Yep. They fixed it.
No Man's Skies. It was broken when it came out.
I don't know that game at all.
And he he's also got to go. He's glad he stopped by.
Yeah,
and
thanks for coming.
You stopping by?
I guess we're all saying, night, Dad. Bye, Dad.
Oh, that's why the guy said dad earlier, because Iowa Retro Gamer dad.
I had
Okay.
read it in the chat and then to pop it up.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
All right. Are we on number 9 now?
Let's just read this. Trouble is, we live in a society where a game can be patched. Back in the cartridge days, there was no such luxury. They had to get it right. And
but that pisses me off that if I buy a game and and I've heard this many times that people that don't have internet, they put the disc in, and if you don't have that patch, that game is like not even playable.
Yeah.
Yep, that is true.
Very frustrating.
And you know, I can.
That happened to someone on. Was it Was it Waves and Games, or was it someone else that we have been watching that said that? I don't think it was Waves and Games. It was someone else. Yeah, but yeah, I felt bad for them because there are some places that don't have
games
good,
are
reliable
expensive
internet,
now, and for you to put in a product that you cannot just put in the machine and play straight through, that is bullshit.
Oh
yes. Yes, I agree. And I can understand what he's saying down there, but at the same time, it is nice. I mean, even if it's a game that the developers fully polished the game, they tested it, didn't find any bugs, but it comes out and there's a game-breaking bug that somebody finds that they didn't catch in testing, it's still nice that in today's age we have the ability for them to be able to fix it. You know what I mean? It is nice.
A game they never fixed pissed me off.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
Bendy and the Ink Machine.
Oh, God, I know. I stopped playing because of that.
Haven't fixed the effing thing.
So you ran into the...
I had the game-breaking bug, and I couldn't go back. I couldn't. I was stuck. I couldn't do anything. So I was like, fuck it.
Right up until that point, the game was great. Yeah. Really cool.
I don't know why you wouldn't eventually fix it. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
You're not making any more money.
Probably not, yeah.
No, I know, but if you're wanting anybody to want, a sequel to that game, fix the original game, because then people are like, you know what? It left a sour taste in my mouth. I don't care if you do anything else. Yeah,
I can see that.
Because I did play through it.
She did have that game-breaking glitch, and then had to go back and replay a chunk of it over.
Yeah, I ended up starting it right from the start because I hadn't captured it the first time around. I wasn't sure what I was going to think of the game. Yeah. But yeah, I liked it, so I just started it over.
I'm curious to see how it ends. I may just go look up the last few levels and just watch them being played to see how it ends.
The levels were a lot of fun. I really enjoyed
them. I'm in the same boat as you. I did not see past the projectionist because she played it when I was at work.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Rock and Ray Entertainment Network says, I constantly clean my retro gaming systems to keep the dust off them. I have the original consoles I bought in my youth. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have to keep them clean. You
have to, man. You have to. I don't know how Nintendo is still going. They built that shit to last.
I know.
They do that with all their consoles pretty much, man. It's pretty incredible.
Man. Yeah.
It is incredible. It's insane. And bad first impressions can turn people away. They absolutely can. Just with anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
Are we ready for the last game?
Sadly, yes.
Yeah.
All right. So I specifically decided to save this game for last. And this is a game I can guarantee nobody's going to see coming. You guys might see it coming because I briefly talked about it when we did the video game trivia last weekend.
Yep.
But this game is without a doubt one of my favorite games of all time. And just because of just how insanely fun and addicting and charming it is. And that game is Terraria. Now, little known fact, a lot of people don't know this. I didn't even know this until a couple of weeks ago, but Terraria is the 17th best-selling game of all time. Since it came out in 2011, it's sold 300,000. No, that's not right. 30,300,000 copies.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah.
Do you know what?
It came out in Skyrim, and it sold more than Skyrim, which is insane.
My son wanted that game. We couldn't get it in town. We could check for it everywhere.
A physical copy.
Yeah. Don't see that game anywhere at pawn shops. Almost never.
Never.
People keep them.
Yeah.
It's a game you can play through a lot of times. It's it's a long game.
He's logged a lot of hours.
He's logged a lot of hours into it, and I bet he probably knew that fact about it. He's he's facts.
Sponge.
Oh my God, he's a sponge for facts like that because he'll just like blurt stuff out. But he loves Terraria. It's probably one of his favorite games, if not his favorite.
So I go way back with that game because I started playing that game when it very first came out in 2011. I played that game before it was on people's radar at all because I remember seeing it. I don't know where I saw it, but I saw it somewhere, and I downloaded it and started playing it. Damn, Scott. I downloaded it and started playing it, and I fell in love with it from the start.
Not yet.
And one of the reasons that I fell in love with Terraria, there's a couple of different reasons. Number one, I love the art style. It kind of has that kind of retro pixel art. And it has that kind of side-scrolling platforming feel. But another thing I love about it...
Pac-Man Case!
What up, Pac-Man Case? Another thing I love about it is, especially now in the final version of the game, the sense of discovery in that game is just through the roof. There's always something cool to find, whether it's a new weapon or a new piece of gear, just scattered all over the world. There's so much cool shit to find. And I find exploring in that game to be an absolute blast because you're just constantly finding cool new stuff that you can use. There's tons of enemies, tons of secrets in the game, tons of boss fights. I mean, it's just, I just love it so much. And I don't really build. I don't really play it to do like the building aspect of it where you build, structures.
I wish I had Alex down here.
I play it. Yeah.
Like he could tell you guys would have a conversation about this game that would just.
Oh my God, he loves it so much.
I'm sure that game is in his top 3 to 5 easily.
It has to be.
Everybody that I introduce that game to gets extremely addicted to it and loves it. I've introduced it to several people already, and everybody I introduce it to just absolutely loves it.
Well, we got to give 84 to actually open his copy. Well, I don't know if it's open yet or not, but he has it. No, he has it and has not touched it at all yet. We need to, by open it, I mean you need to throw it in your machine. Don't throw it. Just put it in there gently. I'm listening intently.
Very cool.
Intently. We got to listen to a bit of your podcast earlier with Davis Deadly, and I can't wait to watch through the rest of it to see what you guys. We were talking about that actually in this stream as well, just to see what you guys named off because we thought it was a really cool topic to talk about the exclusives. And we were also saying that really those exclusives sell you on a console. Mm-hmm. And to that point, that is the reason we bought a PS4 because we got that last year and, towards the end of its life cycle, but we're like, we have to have a PS4 to play The Last of Us 2. There was no ifs, ands, and buts. I'm like, I don't care if I have to spend $400 on a console to spend $80 on a game. I need that console to play that game. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think it's a cool topic for sure. Yeah.
Man, The Last of Us 2 was so good. I still to this day just can't understand all the hate.
I don't either.
It blows my mind.
It does mine too. I could have played through that. Like I finished it, and had we not lent out the copy to all of our friends, I could have played it through it immediately afterwards. I felt like I could have seen and done even more than I had done.
Yeah, I could have too. Yeah. The only reason I didn't is because I just have so many other games that I need to move on to,
When you got to the halfway point in that game, were you a little sour?
What part are you referring to exactly? Without
spoiling. Well, when you get to the other player's half of the game, I was a little bit pissed.
I was okay with it.
First. See, I didn't want, I was like, okay, but I'm not doing this as a full complete game. And it felt like another full complete game. It took me a couple hours to be okay with the idea of it.
The reason I was okay with it is because I wanted to know why this character did what they did.
Yes.
I wanted to know why.
I wish I had came in at the start of this conversation.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about exclusives because Pac-Man Case is listening intently.
Well,
and we said we're excited to go back and
Pac-Man, I had mentioned earlier on in the podcast, and I know you were live on another podcast earlier, but I had mentioned that you were. I always fucked his name up. Davis Deadly.
Davis Deadly. Yep.
I mentioned that you guys were doing your personal. I think it was your personal top 10 exclusives
On the PlayStation
for
3.
the PS3, and I was watching there for a while, and I said I had to leave, but I got to go back and watch the entire thing tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What games were hyped that you guys were disappointed in?
Oh.
You know,
Cyberpunk.
I really wanted Cyberpunk, but I held
She
off.
really wanted it. To be quite honest, I looked at gameplay or trailers of it, and all that, and I'm like, can
I think that was Spider-Man Miles Morales for you. The hyped that you were disappointed in.
I was really disappointed.
You liked the game, it's just you didn't like the length of it.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was a DLC.
It just could have felt like he could have done his story so much more justice.
Yeah. Now, if Miles Morales, if that game, if you have never played the Spider-Man on the PS4 and you got the game that had the, I don't know if it's called the definitive edition or the enhanced graphics or the ultimate edition, whatever it was, of that version with all the DLC and then the Miles Morales game, then you got a hell of a bargain. That's a good game.
Oh, yeah.
But I already played all that stuff before, so I got to play Miles Morales for maybe 5 hours, and blew through the game and felt ripped off at the end of the day because it just was not worth what I paid for the amount of time I got out of it.
Was there a game you were really hyped for that you were disappointed in?
Yeah, I'll probably go with Fallout 76. So when I got Fallout 76, I was so excited for it because I love Fallout so much, right? And I actually played it for a good 25 to 30 hours. This was when it first came out.
You stuck with it then.
Yeah, this was when the game crashed constantly. And, after about 25, 30 hours, I was like, I don't think I could play this anymore. But I will say this. I went back and started playing it recently a little bit, and they have completely overhauled the game, and it's so much better now.
Oh,
really?
Good.
Feels like a Fallout game now.
I haven't touched it yet because I'm a little bit weary of buying games on launch.
Yeah, right.
Because of the Cyberpunks, because of the Fallout 76.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those games, that it just scares me now. Days Gone. Like, those games were just broken when they released. I don't want to pay $90 Canadian right now for a game I have to wait 6 months to play. So I'll just wait.
Well, it could go down in price.
That's true.
Because we seen a secondhand copy of Cyberpunk for the PS5. I think it was.
I think it was Xbox Series X.
It was one or the other, one of the newer consoles, and it was like $50-some. So that was greatly reduced from the $89.99 or $79.99.
I've heard the Xbox Series X version was the best version.
That's what I've heard too.
Cyberpunk.
Besides PC.
Besides the PC, I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
Because I guess it's performing quite well on the PC. But
yeah.
Gib84 said the hate for The Last of Us was uncalled for. It's a masterpiece, brave storytelling, and incredible characters. I agree. And Dennis wants to know: are you Team Ellie or Team Abby?
As much as I like Abby, I'm still Team Ellie because I've been with Ellie since the first game. So
yeah.
Ah, man.
Do you okay?
And Ellie's a fucking badass, but so is Abby though.
Yes.
Who did you like? Whose gameplay did you like better?
They were about the same, I think.
Did you find?
I think I liked Ellie's a little bit better.
Really? Oh no. I absolutely hated the idea of playing through Abby's story until about an hour or 2 hours into it, and I'm like, this fucking awesome. She's like, she's Rambo. She's fucking Rambo.
Scott doesn't like to stealth anything.
Yeah.
Full Rambo.
Full Rambo.
Okay.
Everything's Rambo.
I was afraid to go full Rambo.
Oh, I loved it.
I did a mix.
I loved the idea.
Yeah.
Abby could actually kill things with her bare hands. It was just amazing. It was awesome.
Yep.
But I did really love that you didn't have to craft shivs with Ellie, and that was... Yeah, I really loved that. I was like, "Oh, no more of that."
Fucking shiv. Got bare hands there. Fuck that.
Hell yeah.
I can't pronounce.
I've forgotten already too.
Yeah, Red Dead 2 was just too slow for me and much preferred the first one, probably an unpopular opinion.
I don't know if it's unpopular. I mean, I like Red Dead 2 better personally, but I can understand, I can understand where you're coming from there.
Yeah. What are your favorite meals or munchies to have before, during, or after some awesome
Pizza.
gaming? Pizza's awesome. You can't go wrong with pizza.
That's a during gaming. If we got the guys over here, if it's a night there, we get the gang here.
We usually have.
It's pizza most of the time. Yeah.
Dennis says Cool Ranch Doritos.
Cool Ranch Doritos, yes, buddy.
Do y'all have some pretty good pizza up there in Canada?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely. We have the common, Domino's, yada yada yada. There's a few places that we really like to get pizza. So that are the one with the pickles.
What's the one? Yeah, what is there? What is
I can't remember the name of it.
Dennis, it's in Dieppe.
Yeah, Dennis, tell me.
Oh, Papa John's, is it?
No, it's. Oh,
but
I think it originated in PEI.
I do really like Papa John's.
Papa John's is really good.
Me too.
Yeah. But the place we're talking about,
they do some weird off.
Oh yeah.
Way out in left field kind of flavor pizzas.
Famous peppers.
Yeah.
We had dill pickles on a pizza.
It's not bad.
Oh my god, it's so
good. Man, they did it well.
I really like it.
Yeah.
Oh, gotta go to sleep. This was a brilliant stream. Thank you for watching, and thank you for participating in the chat so much. We love that when people come and participate. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know what a saucy buttons is. I'm gonna assume it's a pizza or some sort of snack food.
I guess.
Feel
Rob.
free to just say Rob.
So much easier. So much easier.
That sounds great, Rob.
All right. Before we end this thing, I know we didn't do it earlier because we normally do it. We normally ask, "What's everybody playing?"
Oh yeah, I did ask him that while you were gone to the bathroom.
Well, I wasn't here.
I am playing Alice Madness Returns.
I'm gonna play that soon. I downloaded it on Game Pass.
Dude, it looks cool.
Yeah.
It looks really cool.
So cool.
Nice.
It's a version of Alice that I really, really enjoy because it's dark and twisted. The story is really great.
The graphics and it's artistic.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I love the liberties they've taken with all the characters and how they explain things. It's really, really cool game. I guess the first one's on PC and it's like almost impossible.
Really?
Yeah, to get, and it wasn't that great.
Okay. Yeah.
So we're lucky it even got a sequel.
I am playing Mike Tyson's Punch-Out today,
Nice.
but I am also playing.
It really did, Steven. Thank you. You gave us a list and I didn't tell you about it.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
What else am I? Damn, I lost my train of thought. Ninja Blade. I'm playing that on 360.
That game looks cool.
It's very kind of Resident Evil.
Really?
Ninja.
But ninjas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been playing a bunch of different Xbox games like Outrun, NHL Hits. I'll throw in there for fun.
Oh man, I love that game.
We played Metal Slug 3.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Scott Pilgrim
I
versus
still
the
have
World.
not played that game.
That game's hard, man.
Oh,
It is. It's tough. It's not easy.
No.
I feel like there's something else I'm forgetting, but
You have a lot of games on the go at any given time. I'm also playing Yoshi's Crafted World.
That's a good game.
When I can't
Binding of
play,
Isaac I played last night.
That game.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
When I
I got
can't play
addicted
something on
to
the TV, I just go handheld.
It's like you just want to do one more run when you die. I just want to go one more time,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Pac-Man's playing Power Rangers, everything right now.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Anyone playing Dragon Quest XI Definitive Edition? What a great game and awesome storytelling.
Really?
I don't know that I could. I have a hard time with turn-based RPGs nowadays.
Me too.
I really struggle with them.
I am not a fan. As soon as I know it's a turn base,
But
I'm almost out.
maybe you just got to try it.
It has to be.
I have tried many turn-based games.
For me, a turn-based RPG nowadays, it has to be shorter, like the Paper Mario games are. They're shorter games, typically like 10, 20 hours. I can't play these massive turn-based RPGs that go on for 80, 100 hours because the combat just gets too repetitive for me.
That turns me off when I see I'll start a game or whatever. Here, I grab a game out of my collection here, and I'm like, I'm going to start this. I want to go see how long does it take to beat the game. Yeah. It's like something ridiculous. I'll put it back, and I'll go back to it later.
But with that being said, Dragon Quest XI does look like a really, really good game. It got great reviews. It's been selling phenomenally. So I could see myself liking it, but I just don't know if I could play through the whole thing.
Kung Fu Chaos.
Kung Fu Chaos. I know Dennis mentioned Avengers, and I didn't say it out loud.
Yeah. Kung Fu Chaos. I don't have a copy of it. Yeah, I don't have a copy of it yet.
I think I have that one.
It's on my list.
Yeah. Send me your list, man. I might have some.
Oh, dude.
Yes, we will send you the list.
My list is long.
It's better than the 8th one, which is considered the greatest one ever.
Yep, I've heard that as well.
Is that the one on the DS?
The 8th one came out on the PlayStation 2, I think.
Oh. I think I have that.
I think it did, yeah.
Yes, I'm looking at it right now.
Pac-Man Case apparently wants to have a dumpster fire with you, but confirm the turn-based RPGs.
You know what? It's not for everybody, but you know the guys that love it, they're passionate about it. And I watch YouTube channels that talk passionately about these games, and I play them, and I really want to try to get into it, and I end up getting irritated. I don't have the patience. I don't know what it is. I don't have the patience for it. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Makes sense.
90s with GSD said Nintendo 64 Mario Kart and some Sega Genesis Earthworm Jim.
Oh, Earthworm Jim is a classic. And Mario Kart on Nintendo 64 is a classic as well.
Oh, yeah. And Rock and Ray Entertainment Network said 3DS.
Oh, okay. PS2 and 3DS, yep. Because it got re-released on the 3DS. Yeah, that's right.
I have a lot of OG Xbox doubles. I'm missing 95 games for a full collection.
Damn. That's close.
That is close. We keep saying maybe eventually.
We're a long ways away.
We're ways off.
We're a long ways away.
Wonder how many games there are. Do you know?
1,000. Is it 1,001?
Some lists say like 997, 998. It goes all the way up to 1,001. So I don't really know.
It's so hard to find good lists. So like it took me forever to find a good one for the GameCube, but I finally found a definitive list. It's
Tell everybody that.
Yeah,
that is impressive. You have a full GameCube collection, correct?
Yep. North America
earlier.
So,
But for anybody that's tuning in now,
yeah.
And Pac-Man Case says same way. He's too old for the grind.
Too old to grind. Yeah, I hear you, man.
You know what? Like I'm a working man. I only have so much time.
Your wife thanks you for that.
For what? The grind?
Yeah. For the grind. Dennis, only you. Oh, Lord.
865 in North America, Steven says, I guess for the Xbox.
Oh, okay.
What?
Doesn't the PS2 have like 2,000 games or something?
Oh,
yeah.
Insane.
865 in North America? Are you sure? That seems low.
It does seem low. I'm not sure because I've seen lists like all over the map for this. I
would love to have a confirmed number.
Let's shoot Xbox a message. They seem to be all up on their list.
Oh, yeah. Don't get me started on that. They don't have a clue.
Steven might know because he's put together quite a few lists and he sent us some stuff. So it might be.
Right.
It might be.
Looks like he's right. I did a quick Google search and I'm seeing that's the number that I'm seeing.
65 North America.
Yeah, but I've seen all the way up to 1,000 in the 900s, and I'm like,
I wonder if that.
I wouldn't want a full collection, not North America.
I wonder if that's counting the platinum hits releases though.
Oh, maybe.
Oh,
but you shouldn't.
That's interesting.
You shouldn't count that, but yeah.
No,
that is true. I agree.
Now, do you collect the platinum stuff?
Yep, the greatest hits for the GameCubes. Yeah, I'm going for a full greatest hits set too. Now it's really hard to find a list of all the greatest hits games.
I don't.
Pac-Man Case is saying that means you got Go-Go Hyper Grind and Disney Basketball. Damn.
I've got every super rare and expensive GameCube game.
I assume those are very, very expensive.
They're not the most expensive, but they're definitely up there.
They're up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got several games in my collection that are worth well over $100, $200.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. I noticed when we're going out now I'm like, I'm having a hard time finding games unless they're the rarer, more expensive games.
Yep.
For sure. Rob says I have 700, 360 games.
Whoa.
I'm going for a full set.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
So
that's
700, 360 games.
That's awesome.
That is a lot. How many were there?
There were a lot for the
360 games. There was a lot.
Let's see.
There was a lot.
He's going to build a new wing onto the house.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like a little over 1,000 total.
Yeah. Where really? I would have expected way more.
Yep.
Now, here is my theory on game collecting.
Mm-hmm.
If I were to go, like you've gone all in on the GameCube collection, I have kind of thought about going after an original Xbox collection.
We have about
maybe
I'd say 250 to 300 Xbox.
Talk to me here in a few years and see if it's obtainable at that point. But after that, I really think for myself to collect will be because of the limited amount of space. You know, I can only put so many damn games in this basement.
Yeah, right.
Is that I go after the exclusives per console. That's how I feel like my collecting is going to go in that direction eventually.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I think that's a good goal. I like that's what I do for the Xbox and the PS2. I'm just going for really the exclusives, honestly.
Yeah, because you'll play those games on other platforms.
Yep.
Exactly. That makes sense.
But the games that if you get the exclusives on every platform, you can get a lot of games that way.
You can, and without overwhelming your game room.
Well, yeah, even at 800, what do you say, 865 games for the original Xbox? That's a lot of games.
A lot.
Yep.
Xbox 360, 25, almost 2580.
See, that sounds like that includes digital only titles too, though.
It could. Unique
I don't
titles.
think there were that many
titles
releases.
Yeah.
And Pac-Man's almost done with his OG Xbox and GameCube exclusive. And I've seen that you were doing that. Yeah, that's awesome.
That is cool.
Yeah, it's cool to have those exclusives. Like you said, you can't play them anywhere else, so why not get them?
The problem with the GameCube exclusives is a lot of them are super expensive.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know what? They are, but everything's starting to go that way.
I know, it's crazy.
Everything.
It's truu. Wii U, place to start only a couple hundred.
I do see the Wii U just.
The prices are going up.
I think the prices are going to go crazy.
They are.
You can't find them around here.
No, I don't see them ever.
No.
What's your favorite demo disc ever made? I have two. The Sega Dreamcast Generator demo, also Pizza Hut demos.
I'll show you mine.
Demo disc. I don't actually own any demo disc. But when you say demo disc, I think of the first time I played Devil May Cry.
Oh, so cool.
For the GameCube. Yep, that's mine.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
The first time I played Devil May Cry was on a demo disc.
Oh, yeah, nice.
I will tell you what, we were freaking blown away. Blown away so much that I don't even remember what we rented.
I remember
and we played the demo disc, and I know my buddy Phil had told me in comments before here on one of these live chats there that told me what game I probably rented to get that demo disc.
I don't doubt it.
But I can't remember.
And yes, collecting is a rich man's game for the GameCube and for especially.
It really is.
Just getting that for every console.
I like the Burger King games on Xbox.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man.
And they're all still super cheap, even sealed. They're super cheap.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
they are. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Well, I wonder if we've come to that time.
I think we've come to the conclusion of our topics.
Talk.
I can't believe how fast 2.5 hours have gone, honestly.
Holy shit, 2.5 hours?
Like that. Yep.
I can't believe how fast Shakespeare in this mug went. Mug, glass, vase.
I think he's evacuated most of it now.
I was like,
you don't even know.
dude, I was hurt in the last one. I was like, I can't wait.
Okay, the PS3 is going to blow up. Hear me out. It's hard to emulate and has you.
I agree with you.
We 100%.
I do agree with you.
Yeah. We're scared about that.
It hasn't blown up.
I'm afraid with the hardware. You know,
yeah, dude.
Where I can only play my PS3 collection on the PS3.
That's scary.
What does that look like in 10 years?
I don't understand why Sony can't make their console just backwards compatible where you can put a PS3 disc in it. I mean, I don't understand. It's got to be possible. There's freaking engineers out here making large Hadron Colliders in fucking Switzerland, smashing atoms together. Come on.
Yeah, make our PS3 backwards.
Yeah, I was preaching that earlier, just about the Xbox.
Yeah.
You know, I just want a machine that will play them all.
Yeah.
Yep.
One machine.
Put a price tag on it. You will probably take my money.
Yep. Problem is, they want to sell you these games digitally or on, things like that.
I think that's where the hang up is. They want to sell you the digital copy of the games. They need to make their money back again.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's more money in selling you all those copies of the games than it is to sell those consoles.
Average consumer will want to play and go buy a PS3 that will break down. Also, controllers will eventually die.
That's true.
They will.
Rob, thanks for a great stream. You're just Rob now. Thanks for a great stream. Enjoyed that. And thanks again for taking part in the name game. Oh, absolutely.
That's where is that where
I think so.
It originated there?
Gernaldinho.
Good for you.
I think I did it. Maybe.
All right. I think you did it.
Well, let's wrap it up at this point then.
Yes. Again, guys, please go check out RetroWolf88 on YouTube, obviously. Great channel.
Thank you.
We can't say enough good things about you. Like, so happy to have, you found us.
Yeah.
You found us, and that was awesome. Honestly, I can't even tell you how much you've done for us, for our channel.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Dude, I will be forever loyal to your channel.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Plus, we love it too, so that helps.
Thank you.
Thanks so much as well, Pac-Man Casey said. Seriously, great stream, and we love your channel as well.
Oh, Pac-Man Case, guys, if you're still watching, go check out Pac-Man Case.
Yeah, awesome. Pac-Man Case, RetroWolf88, great guys. I love both of your channels.
That man,
you're definitely going to enjoy them.
That man has an amazing on-screen presence.
He really does.
Yep.
He does. And Dennis said, you guys have kept me from Avengers. Well, you just go play it then. And a lot of people are saying good night. Thank you so much, everyone.
Cue. We have to leave. It's been great, guys.
Yeah.
And tune in a couple weeks. We'll be doing it again. I'll let you guys know who that's going to be. But for right now, we're going to continue to rep this one. We want you guys to go check out RetroWolf. And until next time, game on.
Game on.